group had the idea to continue your journey to hunt down and track this Netherdeep you kept hearing about. Be it on part for the consortium or for personal matters to solve any of your selfish desires or otherwise. You finally got the entrance into Calmero that you wanted via disguises and subterfuge provided to you by the consortium, as well as a contact you were sent to intermingle with Galeocadra, who was to open a teleportation circle for the consortium to enter Calmero and hopefully, through some means, drive the Allegiance out, or conduct their own research, at the very least behind the Allegiance's back. Entering in and donning your various disguises, you manage to make it past Gortag Inkdrinker, the Allegiance guard who was standing next to the door with the incantation necessary to open it magically. You presented him with fake badges provided to you by the consortium that were handcrafted and imbued with the magical properties necessary to verify them. And you entered in. Pressing past the guards and entering into the research study, you met with 3 researchers. One named Insight Acure, the leader of the research operation, a female red tiefling, with a chipper attitude yet uncertainty towards the operation as a whole. More invested at this point in the studying and the safety of her crew rather than anything else that this research might bring. A Goliath female named Zot, who was a bookkeeper who spent most of their time organizing ledgers. And lastly, a Kinku named Scribble, who spent most of his time scribbling in books and writing down ledgers and documentation for your group to sign, to officiate, or contract anything that you would be doing. Sent under the guise of being Cobalt Soul mercenaries who were tasked with locating a group of adventurers who had come down to this research site and gone missing, trying to take care of some unknown monstrous threat. You made a deal with Insight that you would help locate some stone slates from an unexplored building to aid their research, as well as help find these missing adventurers, and Galeocadra, who had also subsequently went missing down one of the tunnels. Warning you of the dangers ahead, she gave you all the information she could about what you might expect, even with her little knowing, and your group pressed forward. Navigating your way through narrow airways created by arcane enchanted crystals that created passageways for researchers to explore and derive what they could from this place. You headed down and eventually found a place where this research kind of led to a state of disrepair. A crystal shattered, eventually during at some point of your travels, forcing you to take cover inside of a nearby inn. Speaking in this inn with a almost sea elf or fishwoman named Ilaria, or Alara, you saw that there are some residents of Calmero that do live, though it seems strange and uncertain, with her specifically thinking she was still in the past, and answering questions towards Eridanis's inquiries. Not taking much into this, you moved on with some wine purchased, and pressed into a nearby library or study that has been long since in disrepair. Finding there, Galeocadra, alongside their shield guardian companion, Crescent. You spoke with Galeocadra, revealed your position as consortium agents, and got her back on track with setting up the teleportation circle, not before learning that she's experienced multiple horrific transformations that have long since corrupted her body in devolving ways. Fighting against the ruidium-infested nature and wildlife that presides down here, you managed to eventually make it to what looked like the ruidium heart or rift in the center of this expedition site, where you heard that the other party of adventurers went missing. Having a good suspicion of who this was, you investigated the rift, hoping to maybe find a way in to the Netherdeep itself, which is where you suspected this might lead. Hearing from inside that you would need 2 keys, you simply went here to check it out, but learned in the process that indeed the rival adventuring party, the Champions of Merit, did not perish, or at least in some way they made it to the Netherdeep, but through corruption from a aboleth that seemed to be masking itself or insane enough to believe itself to be Elixion, puppeting all of his emotions and rage and fury, who had been taunting your group and poisoning your minds up to this far and creating horrific transformations that afflicted your body through vivid hallucinations that felt very real in different places. You saw that the rival adventuring party had been completely corrupted and taken over in the mind by this entity. It commanded them to attack. Your group was unfortunately outmatched in this situation by the empowered rivals who, through practice of teamwork, cooperation, and simple empowerment via this corruption and commands from this aboleth, managed to outdo your group in combat. However, as the killing blow was issued by the aboleth, something seemed to stay the hand of the leader Ao. Maybe some glimpse of humanity still around. And instead of outright finishing your group, you were cast outside. The aboleth illusionarily disappearing for the time being. Your group knocked out, injured, fleeing in some capacity, with Valen being the only conscious member still in your group, decided to retreat, maybe find new ground. You have no clue of what happened to the rival party themselves after this interaction, or where they might have went, but you know for now that the water is silent. Valen, for you, as you run out, dragging Fenzira, you eventually peer around the corner just to see what's happening, to see the unconscious bodies of your 2 compatriots floating in front of this space. And that's where we'll pick back up.
All right, and the tunnel where there was no water before because of the gem, those have collapsed, right?
Yes, and to recollect your mind, there were a pair of ruidium sharks that attacked your group that seemed to vanish after your group fled from them in that fight. Right, so you have no clue where those are, and those could still be a threat.
I'd like to try to drag Fenzira somewhere safe, close by, and the first place that Valen thinks of is the sunken bar. Before going back to find the others.
All right, be my guest. I'll drag Fenzira's body along. No, dragging your unconscious compatriot not being the best for medicine, you drag them in. Alara will look to you as you enter in and say, "Oh, did you get into a bar fight on the way out?"
Do I understand Alara?
I believe it was implied last time that you did not understand her.
Because she was like, she was speaking like an old Elvish dialect, right?
Yeah, an ancient Calmeran dialect that was reminiscent of parts of the Oncarelian script, but very few.
Not understanding a word she says, I just drag my companion over to this table and leave him there and make a hand gesture pointing out the door like I hold up the number 2 and then point out, and then I point at her and I point at Fenzira, and then I rush off.
So kind of just nod and start preparing a drink. All right. You head back and see the 2 floating, I suppose bodies isn't the correct word, but they're unconscious bodies of your compatriots.
Like around about here, when I'm just getting through these rocks, Valen takes a moment to stop and really think about what he's doing. Remembers that he is a healer. And then I'm gonna cast healing spells.
Whoops, I forgot. We all do. You attempt to cast a spell. I want you to go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw, if you may. Damn. So you'll hear a voice in your head psychically pressing against you in attempts to disrupt your arcane flow or to shake you a bit. It's a loud, grumbling tone, that of Elixian, as you happen to know it. It speaks and said, "Such insolence! All of you are failures. The world weeps. We will all perish someday, and perhaps you will be first." And with that, your spell goes through.
Alright. Cast Mass Healing Word on the three of us.
Alright. Pressing past these words of influence that try to dissuade you, you cast off the spell. How much health does everyone get? Is it 5?
Everyone gets 5.
Alright. To Persephone and Eridanis, the two of you jolt awake, feeling almost like drowning, but with enough understanding of the magic affecting you to eventually snap back into it.
Eridanis expels some whatever water accumulated in his lungs when he was knocked out. After a few moments of hacking and coughing, seeing that he's still alive and hasn't transformed any further, he's gonna look to Valen. I think he can see. He just sees Valen's vague outline in the shadows.
Come on, we have to go. We can't stay here.
You came back for us.
Cyrus in the bar.
Let's get going.
Okay.
I gotta refamiliarize myself with this map. Oh.
As you flee, one last voice kind of speaks to you, all echoing in your mind. Flee and lick your wounds. There are no heroes in this world, and none will come to save you from the end.
Oh, fuck yourself, jackass.
He's been doing that ever since the fight.
Fucking course he is.
Door winner. Write it down so.
And I'll heal Finzyra now too.
You see the the elf kind of just administering some of her drinks to Finzyra the best she can, tending any immediate wounds that she can see with basic medical care that just wet bandages that don't really seem to do much.
She's trying to pour some alcohol onto a bench, but the alcohol just disperses into the water.
Yeah, pretty much. You cast the spell, and satisfied that her medical treatment works, she'll back away for the time being, leaving your group to your devices.
There's 13 hit points from my healing hands.
Okay. Hello, everybody. How's it going?
Shit.
Not well.
Not well at all.
I figured.
Stars above. That wasn't. Well.
Let's get
So
out of
those
the
were
way.
your rivals.
Got our ass kicked. Yes, but the rest of that shit, absolutely not.
Nerd, I have a question.
Certainly.
Was there any visible sign of corruption having taken hold of our rivals in
Absolutely.
character? There was. It was very clear.
Violently, yeah. They were completely under the control of whatever this Elixian thing is.
Seems to be they forged on ahead of us and fell into Elixian spirit's grasp. Ugh. Well, it certainly wasn't our finest moment. Surprised they didn't just kill the two of us when they had the chance.
Must have had a soft spot for you.
I think there's still enough of them in there that they don't want to kill anybody. Don't know how it makes the big freak feel, but let's think about what we need right now. A priest, I think. Right? I need a priest for something.
The temple thing over there.
Yes, that. And, no priest down here as far as I'm aware. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Eridon's is just going to look over. We still have our disguises up. They haven't gone away with us getting knocked down, correct?
Certainly.
Okay, so we're still in our usual forms.
Mm-hmm. Know that to enter the temple, to reiterate, you need a devoted priest of Corellin, or the Archheart.
We also have this teleportation circle thing.
We might. I don't think we ever checked up on our contact there.
Yeah, she was working on it last time.
She was also, I think, Ruidium corrupted, so she might have just gone in there and done some other
She was
stuff.
Mostly under the effects of the aboleth's mutations. You understand that the mutations, while having the effects of Ruidium, are also unique to this creature, and through the few times it's affected you, has definitely led to you slowly losing your grip on your own control of your body as well.
It's like your fish head in my legs.
My neck.
I certainly don't feel any more corrupted. Any more than usual.
That's probably concerning, but I'm not going to question it.
Either way, if we do need to go back up topside to find ourselves a priest, it might be a good idea to see whether we might be able to just teleport back to the consortium's headquarters. I'm sure they'll ask fewer questions than the Cobalt Soul or the Allegiance of All Sites.
Yeah, going back looking like this is probably going to be a whole thing.
If only Eric's were around to see this.
I think he'd hate it.
If we get that portal up and running, we won't need these disguises anymore either.
That's true.
One can hope. Let's get moving then, shall we? I feel this place has no affinity for us.
Be careful of the sharks. I haven't seen them recently.
If the sharks come back right now, I'm gonna kill somebody.
I think they're gonna kill us first, in the state that we're in. Ugh.
Motherfucker.
Oh, it is so... No, oh my god, it's dead. Yeah.
You're remembering? Oh my god.
I'm remembering everything. I remember you think they fucking killed my orb.
I remember busting this wall down, so
Yeah,
we could
we
probably
can-
go.
Yeah, you can enter right in.
Pre-busted wall.
Bro.
See in the other room, Galio Cadra, currently just examining a kind of finished arcane carving in the stonework. They'll see you enter in, and they'll look up from their work and say, "You certainly seem worse for wear."
And you seem to have been quite busy. Is the circle ready?
I believe with the right incantation it should be. Ready to leave so soon?
It wouldn't be goodbye forever to Calmero, but we do need to come in better prepared.
Of
Seems we need a
course.
priest in order to get into the Netherdeep.
A priest, you say? A priest of whom?
The Archheart.
Is this in relation to the information I told you about the temple?
We tried the door. You were right.
Well, I don't know if you'll find what you're looking for in Ank'Harel, at least not easily. But if you want my advice, from my understanding, there should be an old run-down temple of Karelin, somewhere here near our expedition site. Not quite sure where, but seeing as some of the spirits or essences of people who used to live here still linger on, who can say whether or not you'll find it there? Regardless, you can always leave now. But perhaps you give your enemies more time to prepare.
Seeing as how catching our enemies unprepared saw us quite thoroughly whipped, I think more preparations on our end would be needed than anything else.
Perhaps. Regardless, I have no clue what happened to you out there, and I'm sure you can explain that to someone with a little more clearance to the matter. If you're ready, I can send you on your way. You can memorize the pattern of this circle and explain it to the consortium leaders if you would like, so that they may use it. I'll attempt to find one crystal and repair it to dry this room, but I doubt I'll do it in any reasonable manner of time.
Okay, we gotta think before we head out. Is there anything outstanding that we can do here?
We could look for that temple and see if we can find a working crystal.
Would certainly be handy.
But the three of you would probably need a short rest.
At least that much. Galiocadra, if the teleportation circle is fully set up, you'd be ready to take us out of here at our discretion.
Of course, and I would not worry about much attacking you while you're inside of dry space. The Allegiance and I have existed down here for long enough, and we're perfectly intact.
Yeah, until the shark grows legs.
Or until those possessed by the spirit of Elixion decide to step out of their little abode.
That's a fascinating theory. You
But
see this as
also-
possession.
Can't imagine it's much else. If they attacked us voluntarily, well, that's a whole different problem.
You saw the look in their eyes. There was hardly any people left in there.
People enough to leave me and Persephone alive. As much as I harbor resentment for at least one of their number, we should try to free them if possible. Ugh.
Galiocadra will say, if you seek more information, you can always speak with insight. But you're free to rest here as well if you would like. Especially if you don't want to go back now that you have no reason to really interact with them. The waterway's cut off, so they shouldn't come this way. Either way, I'll leave you to your devices for now. If you need me, you know where I am.
Yeah.
I kind of want to. I personally kind of wish to potentially finish getting the full layout of the sector of Calmero before we continue on, because I do, from what I understand, there were still some other places we had to check out before we ran into the rival party.
We never went to the southeast corner, or
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I
I'm
guess
fine
the
just
very
taking a short
far
rest and
southwest.
keeping going. I just remember that we need a priest and nothing more. So,
I forget what was
like, we can
mentioned.
do that later.
Nerd.
Mhm.
Was there anything mentioned as being in further off to the southeast, or just due east of this area?
Yeah, so east of this area, east and southeast specifically, beyond the temple and the heart in the center, is completely uncharted and unexplored terrain. Anything that's out there is basically just a hypothesis of any researchers down here, as they've not made it that far yet. The rival adventuring party was supposed to deal with some of the monsters and fish creatures that were attacking, and whatever was affecting the minds of the researchers when they took a long night's rest, to hopefully open up room for them to explore that much further. But you see where that went.
Mm. Huh. So potentially, stay down here, take a short rest, get a full lay of the land, see if there's anything useful in the east end, and then we head back. Regroup.
And try not to get corrupted in your short rest visions.
Oh yeah, that too.
Long rests are the ones that really hurt.
Well, the question now is, what position are all of we? Do we wish to take? Can we get up and moving with the short rest?
You can get your hit points back. That's the important thing.
That's true.
Everyone
Persephone.
going into the air area and me knowing that I can't stay in there for very long. God.
Short rests are just like
in character,
straight up all I need. So
my character doesn't know that yet.
Oh god,
No,
you
I
step
mean,
out and start.
I was gonna say, you have an hour, but you can assume that it becomes progressively harder to breathe as time goes on.
Hey guys, it's getting hard to breathe. Is it just me?
get better lungs, idiot.
I think you have.
Man.
I think you have allergies.
You've got aqua asthma.
Anyways, if that's the case and we're all setting up here, Adonis will find some place to sit and skulk after getting brutally beaten.
Short rest ain't gonna do nothing for me. I already used my arcane recovery, Lamel.
You don't like hit points?
I do like hit points, but I won't have none of my spell slots.
What?
You got cantrips.
Oh boy.
You have third levels and
I
second
have
and
one
first.
third level, two
What do you need
level.
spell slots for? We're just looking for a priest.
Shark attack.
Oh, you never been bitten by a shark before? Oh, you fucking baby.
I have actually, in fact.
I know, we did it at the start of the campaign. You'll be fine. You've grown.
God. No thanks. Anyway. Do the thing.
Never knew I still have a first level pact slot for some reason. Did I not go all out in that last fight?
No, certainly not.
Apparently so. Anyhow, short rest time. Wow,
Adonis went half force.
I've got so many resources. I might have sold that last fight. Why do I have so many resources still left?
You probably got killed too quick.
Short rest time.
I'm gonna
Where
wake
are
up
we?
being unable to breathe if I sleep in here.
I'm sure Fenzire would figure that out.
It's a short rest. You're not sleeping. You're just taking a moment of downtime. So once you feel the need, you can dip back into the water and get some air back. You don't have to sit still and do nothing. You just have to do light activity.
Sit in the doorway.
You can just poke in and out every once in a while to catch your breath, so to speak.
Haha.
Lord.
Alright. Valen writes, are you out of hit time? Oh yes, because you were trying to knock down Galcerian, I believe.
I went all out in that fight.
Let's see.
Goodbye, haste
How do I do
potion.
this? Roll. Oh, do you need another potion?
You have another haste potion?
Oh, haste. No, afraid not. I do have a healing potion.
God, I fucking want end life.
Welcome to the Mega Gay Zone.
This is not gonna be good for me, I can already tell. Oh my god. There are so many dice on my screen. I'm just gonna wait for you guys to be done.
Yeah, I'm done. Boom.
Okay. God, because my dice kept on hitting yours and hitting a 1. Oh my god.
I was brutally beaten.
Bro, this is not doing anything for me. I'm gonna use, like, literally fucking all of them. Holy shit.
As they say, womp womp.
Genuinely.
Eric is busy just fully removing
Oh my
like a molar
God.
that was knocked loose in the fight. Wait a minute, does he even actually have teeth?
You mean?
Did the tentacles
What?
replace my mouth, or did they just grow like a mustache over me?
Since when did you have tentacles?
I'll read the description.
Let's see.
Oh my god.
The target's head sprouts red crystals. That's really it.
Oh, I could have sworn there were tentacles involved. Maybe that was something else.
You got that
no.
True Soul Tadpole evolution drip.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, the mind flayer quite yet.
Huh. So what was messing up my voice then? Was it just the crystals?
It's more so the fact that your speech is halted by the effect of these crystals.
Your brain
I see.
got
So I was.
bonked.
Assume that any amount of these mutations gives you a more fishy appearance over time.
That's right, I forgot.
All right,
Who's
I
this?
see. So
Awesome.
More of like your skin kind of melting into a more blobule state.
oh,
Blob.
good, great.
Blobule.
I'm Blobulus.
Mm-hmm.
Blobulus the Third.
What?
Right, well, I'm about as ready as I'll ever. Wait, find familiar. How long does it take to cast that?
An hour.
Nerd. The
Yes,
first
sir.
of his name.
Certainly.
Would it be possible for me to cast Find Familiar over the hour that we spend resting down here to restore my paradisical wish?
That's light enough activity.
Thank you, nerd.
Now that we've completed the short rest, use this again.
Okay, hold up. I have not played D&D in the whole month. Ritual spells, if cast as rituals, do not take up spell slots. Correct?
Certainly.
Yeah, because you just ritual cast them. I healed exactly my HP. Awesome.
They take an hour extra or something to
Yeah.
cast, though.
You take some time, you mutter some heebly-jeebly arcane phrases, and eventually your luminous shard reforms. With now your power.
Return to me. Return to me. Oh, hello. There you are. Alright, let's immediately pop this boy open with light, because otherwise I am blind down here.
No, he's already glowing, I believe.
Oh, nice.
Something like it. There you go.
Shard, save me.
It hovers in the air nearby, awaiting your command.
Okay. My main magical item is now back. We are in business.
My main goal is to blow up.
Yeah, I don't know nobody, eh?
What's
Alright.
the state of our group? Oh, we're fine. We'll be fine. We can handle a couple of sharks. We'll be fine.
Okay.
Well, let's see. What's the nearest way to get out of here?
I'm still at like 98% power. Let's do this.
Yeah, I'm back up to 100. Like,
Your
I
rest
have-
concludes.
I have Hex. I have Eldritch Blast.
You set out
Powerless
once more.
not change.
Line up a nice single file line.
Uh,
You know, this will do.
Gonna wait for the little ducklings to catch up.
bro.
Nerd's waiting. He's like, yeah. Lightning Casticus the Fifth now casts a lightning bolt in your direction.
Casticus the Fifth, huh?
Magnificus. I
Alright.
should name a wizard Magnificus. That'd be based.
On your pop, little adventurers. With some of your energy and power recovered, you set into the sea once more, determined to see what you can find.
Surely there might be something that could help us out here.
Keep an eye out for weird ghosts and speak dead languages.
I presume, did the investigators from the Allegiance of Allset ever give us any kind of actual map of this area? Or I believe they showed us the regions
they never did.
explored.
Yeah, they
Okay.
everything you've seen is what you know, and what they were able to really tell you about. So, the building you enter into, Valen, or you rather stand in the doorway of, appears to be a dilapidated manor of some state. Let me go ahead and pull up my notes for it before you guys get too far. A villa.
A manor.
A manor. A villa. The roof of this building is collapsed, but its 20-foot-high walls remain mostly intact. Coral grows around a closed stone door at the base of the structure. The entire building itself seems to be filled with kelp and coral.
Certainly isn't more gaudy than it was a few hundred years ago.
You spot small blood fins darting throughout this coral, not enough to form a swarm quite yet, but just fish that are in the area.
You said there's a closed stone door?
No, the door is broken down at this point. Whoopsie.
Okay, I'll head in.
Yeah.
Take a look around.
So Valen, as you begin walking and where you end up,
Oh no.
you press forward into these vines of kelp. And as you do, you kind of use your hands to push aside the kelp and feel one that's a lot less kelpy and oddly, even though like down here color is more in shades of black and white, it appears to be almost pinkish and fleshy. You feel a tinge as you touch it, and it makes you reel your hand back as if you were stunned or shocked by a jellyfish. That's when you look up, and you realize that hidden within this kelp is a massive creature. We can begin combat, but first I'm just going to move you a little bit so that you're not like, you would have roughly run into this creature around right here, I guess.
Right.
Just so you're not in its space.
This was a
Let me
bad
go ahead and-
time to need to go to the bathroom.
You can go piss while we're rolling initiative.
No, it's not pissing.
Death's embrace
Fuck is
will
Oh, what the
that?
hell?
embrace you. A big old
Guys,
jellyfinch.
I don't think it's a priest.
Well, hold on, that guy
yeah,
might be a
he's-
priest. Look
yeah,
at him. That might be.
To read the Hawk
Sure.
description.
I think we know what happens.
Floating in the middle of this ruined villa is a huge jellyfish-like creature with barbed tentacles. Its bell is covered with a crystalline lattice and has a great axe with veins of ruidium arching up its blades wedged into it. Blade. Beneath the bell, a tendrillous crimson mass crackles with energy and provides shelter for a school of tiny, sharp-toothed fish that seem to be hiding within its space.
Great.
All right,
Didn't
go
you
ahead
just
and
say
add
there
our
wasn't
nation.
enough to make a swarm?
There were little bits here and there, but more of a warning to what was to come. As they, were hidden in the kelp, so you couldn't have seen enough. Well, if you'd like to go ahead and roll initiative, be my guest. I'll roll for these guys right away. No point in holding back on them.
Give Persephone advantage.
On initiative, you shouldn't have. Okay, and then there's no easy way for me to do it, so let me just roll another d20. Okay, 19, so... 5, 14. Okay, so 34.
Oh my god. This is like when I come back to a month later, Eridanis.
What the fuck is this shit? I didn't sign up for that.
Alrighty. Let me go ahead and get the combat music on, and then we'll begin combat. What song did I have for this bitch? House of the Morsads.
I need to read an item I have. I need to start using this thing. 1 minute. Takes damage. 48, push 5 feet. Okay. Yeah, that's probably fine. I am going to...
Yeah, unpause it so you can begin now.
Yeah. I am going to use my action to basically flip my cloak forward and become invisible.
Alright.
Where's the invisible marker? There it is. And then I don't really want to take the risk of this thing having blind sight, so I'm kind of just gonna move around a bit.
Okay. You managed to stay within its range.
Okay, so it does have blind sight. Good to know. And then I could action surge, but I might need it later. No, I don't think I'll need it later, because it's not like we're gonna fight the big aboleth thing in this round. Yeah, fuck it. I'll action surge. Let's put... what flavor of gun do I want to use today? Go with Retribution. Retribution will be fun.
Bang, bang.
Me relearning my character sheet on the spot.
Certainly.
Okay. And Ruidium Powder. This did something fun. I don't remember what. Only 4 psychic damage. Creates a whirlpool. Some towards the ground, and that's difficult terrain. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure that, literally fills its space completely, so I don't even really need to think about that. So, fucking bang bang. So then, just to confirm, does this have advantage because I'm invisible, or do they have blind sight, so it's normal?
It has blind sight.
Okay. All I need to check.
You can attack the swarm within it, but it has cover.
Okay.
Oh, that hits.
23, and then some of that psychic, I think 2.
2 of it
Go
is
for
psychic.
another one. Okay. Wow, that was a really bad roll. And then one of that is psychic. Then
The creature is not
will...
immune or resistant to psychic damage.
Okay. Then I will bonus action reload, and then I can put a shot into this thing, because I have the funny extra attack. 25. 18.
Alright.
And then that'll be it from me.
Oh boy. Love this. What size creature is this nerd? Is this like...
This
probably bigger
is
than
a
large.
huge creature.
Yeah. Well... There goes that one. Dun 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 dun. Ironic to do firebolt underwater. Don't think that'll do anything good. I'm gonna be real.
It will have resistance to the damage.
Yeah. Because I was gonna do something else to it, and then it's fucking huge, not large, so it kind of fucked me. Okay. Like at most, I
think the swarm is large.
Swarm itself is large, yeah.
Swarm is medium.
Medium? Okay. I mean... I don't know if this counts. I don't know if I can momentary stasis a swarm.
What does the ability do?
It says you can force a large or smaller creature you can see within 60 feet of you to make a save against your DC and then become incapacitated and not be able to move for like a turn.
Alright, well, you can certainly go ahead and do that if you would like.
In my brain there are multiple
Should I put it here so that it's easier to...
Well, I already targeted it. So
Well, for myself.
oh, good.
But make no mistake that it's in the center of this thing still. Alright. They'll make a con saving throw. Which they fail.
Amazing. I'm just gonna stand over here. And y'all have fun with that. Holy shit.
Alright, it's the Death Embrace's turn. It's got a few things it needs to do. How far is its reach? Oh. Far enough! It's going to target Finzyra.
Bitch.
It has 60-foot long tentacles.
60 feet.
So, Finzyra, one attack against you. As this thing's tentacles will reach out to you and attempt to wrap around you.
Well, I have this, so I might as well give this to Valen.
Alright, the creature will roll again.
Yeah, go ahead, buddy. At least Valen has advantage.
Alright. So you'll go ahead and take this much damage.
Sure
Beyond
will.
that, you are grappled by this creature. And it is going to... let me see something. Yeah. Won't do anything else to you for now, but let me see. Alright, we'll keep this in mind. This will be helpful later. A mystery tool that'll help us later. But you are grappled by its tendrils. And then it is going to make a second attack against Persephone.
Okay, well that will definitely hit. So we're gonna immediately get that invisibility popped. And yeah, read how this works.
Your creature within 20 feet takes that much damage. And he gets pushed.
Yes, it does. So there's the psychic damage, and then
How does that
gets
affect?
pushed.
Let's see. Oh, okay. Oh god, I thought this was 5 feet because my foundry glitched out for a minute. I was gonna say.
After the invisibility.
Let's see what the grid says.
We're made with. Okay,
It says Valen is just outside of it.
that's good. Good for him. Oh yeah, 24 psychic damage to the big fucking monstro. Ooh.
Okay. Instead of... Let me think. This is good for now. Alright. 24 psychic damage, you said? Yes. That's how much it says. And I'll get shoved 5 feet for whatever that's worth. That was on my ruler tool. There we go. That doesn't really break its grapple or anything. But you are now grappled by it, and you take this much damage.
Well, if that's
I
the
know.
case, I would like to parry.
Be my guest, it's gonna make another against you. So,
What the heck? Okay.
alright, well, it's gonna make its last attack against you
18.
as well.
Alright. It's at advantage, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Why's that? I mean, I'm still gonna do it, but...
Because of the bad effect of the cloak.
Ah, yes. You have to remember every time you guys make an attack, by the way, to take a d6 of psychic damage.
Oh, you're right. 1 second.
Oh.
That's not too much damage.
Yeah, it sure isn't.
The tentacles, though.
The tentacles, indeed.
Alright, there you go. And that's all it can do.
Yeah, we're leaving after this one, boys.
This is the biggest threat down here, I'll let you know. You happen to stumble right into its grasp. The Sorrowfish are going to attack Valen, seeing as he is the
Grapple,
closest to
right?
them. Yes.
Okay.
They are going to attempt to Desolate Drain the Valen. Actually, how? Yeah, you're alright. They'll do it to you. They gonna do it to you. Go ahead and make me a Wisdom saving throw, if you would.
I have advantage from silvery verbs.
Oh, is that on saving throws?
I think it's
on
just on the
anything,
first
pretty much.
check, right?
Yeah, ability check, saving throw, or attack.
Alright.
It's like the
Yeah,
first
there you go.
D20 you touch is advantage.
Advantage, yeah. Yeah. There you go. Well, that means this.
Hold on.
Yeah. What else do you got?
I got Fanatical Focus. I don't remember if I can use it or not, though.
It lets you reroll.
Starting at 6th level, if you fail a saving throw while you're raging. Okay, I'm not raging.
Ooh, yeah. Alright. So this is going to affect you then. Alright. In that case, you'll take 76 psychic damage. So 20 in this case, fully. And you are stunned until the end of your next turn.
Which is right now.
That is. So, your turn will come out as these Sorrowfish will affect you with a desolate misery that prevents you from acting quite yet. And your turn will simply pass. Oh, shit. Luminous Sharp may go.
Oh. Okay. First of all, let me just make some distance checks. Okay. If you guys stay where you are, you should be fine. While the Luminous Shard is alive.
Mm-hmm. Or will they be?
Or will it? Yeah. Now for the time being. Let us try to dazzle. Damn. Okay, let's try to dazzle the Death's Embrace, because this thing is scary. So, please, my son.
My son.
Please, my son.
It's a little too late for now, but technically incapacitated. I don't think it could have taken that action, but it's whatever.
Oh,
Was it incapacitated?
Yeah, by the
yeah.
stasis, but it's
I will roll that.
chill.
Oh,
Right.
is it within range? Wait.
In that case, it will get back its Desolate Drain, and it would have been at the end of its turn that the ability became incapacitated.
It would stop being incapacitated after its turn. Yeah.
Alright, so the incapacity would have ended, but we'll give Valen back your turn, Valen. You could add back the 20 health that you lost.
I'm just making
And
sure.
we'll come back around to your turn.
Alright.
It's all good. Charge that, give it back to the fish. Alright. Yes, that does hit with Luminous Sharp's ability. Go ahead and roll for damage. And it will make its Constitution saving throw. Though you will note that it does not have eyes.
True.
It'll be blinded, but its blind sight all but makes up for that.
Yeah. So, there's that.
1 point of damage for him. Alright. And is that the end of Luminous's turn?
Yeah, well, hold on. If it's blinded, right?
Yeah.
Does it still suffer the attack penalties and attack advantages?
Not if you're within its blind sight range.
Damn. Okay.
Because then it can still see you. If you're outside of its blind sight range, a different story. But you have no clue how far that could be until until you do something and I tell you, basically.
Okay. The Sorrow Fish done anything?
Well,
They haven't taken their
retroactively. They haven't done anything
Okay.
because they were incapacitated.
I need you to move, my luminous sun.
Now that they're incapacitated, they can take a reaction.
They can't.
Hmm?
Wait, they can't because they've been.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah.
They were incapacitated, but
yeah.
it ended. Yeah, the effect ended. So, do you
Okay, maybe
want
I'll
him
have
to?
him-
Yeah.
What they give? No, I'll have him stay right here then.
All right, he'll stay in place in that case. And we're gonna go back to Valen's turn. Valen, what would you like to do?
I
Thing is,
would
you would not
like
have been
to activate my Necrotic Shroud. There it is.
Right, and you can have advantage on whatever next attack you made, retroactively as well. Silvery barbs would not have been used.
I'm trying to target myself, but I guess that doesn't actually do anything.
Yeah.
And then I'll rage as a bonus action.
Rajay.
Raw.
And move over this way.
The fish will make a attack against you with their opportunity, but it'll just be bites. Some nibbles. Swarm of nibbles. That hit?
Yep.
Alright. Let me make sure this damage is correct. Yep.
Oh, I totally forgot Necrotic Shroud actually has a thing that goes with it.
Oh?
It's supposed to do stuff.
All creatures in 10 feet must make a saving throw or be frightened until the end of your next turn. I'll spoil it to you now, you can't frighten either of these.
I could frighten Luminous Shark.
You could if you wanted to do that. Actually, can you?
I don't think it's an option. I think
It's immune to frighten as well.
It's all within 10 feet. Who was within 10 feet of me when I did that?
Not a random intoxicating
Just
innocence.
Eridanis.
No, was that Persephone as well? No, 15
I
feet.
got it.
Okay. My ruler was being stupid.
Persephone's 20.
Yeah, my ruler is like fucking up right now. I don't know why. I think the version of Foundry on is like slowly degrading because I was having error messages pop up like crazy at the beginning of this session, so we really need this campaign to end.
Alright, BT, just a DC 11 charisma save. You got this.
Yeah, you can do that. You do have disadvantage in charisma things, right, though? Or who is that? Ardanis?
Yes. No. Wisdom.
Make a charisma save. Yeah,
So-
make a charisma saving throw.
Come on. You're supposed to be good at this, Eridanis.
Eridanis.
Normal roll.
You're good.
Easy.
Alright, so nothing is frightened by the Necrotic Shroud.
Alright.
But you go to the back and you take your attack from the fish, 17 points of piercing damage.
Halved from Rage.
Half from Rage.
17 halved is 8. No, wait. Yeah, 8.
Yep. Sounds about right to me. Luminous Shark's turn would have passed, so Eridanis.
Okay. Gotta think here. Okay, we gotta back up first. But let's see. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Okay, neither have taken reactions yet to attack as opportunity attacks.
The Swarm of Sorrowfish have
Oh, yeah.
against Valen.
Okay, but the Death Embrace didn't. And this thing's range is like, I can hit you from across the continent, so...
Yeah.
Mm. This guy's huge too. What the hell? Okay. I'm gonna try to shoot for it. I'm gonna Eldritch Blast this thing, right? I'm gonna Eldritch Blast at a point blank range, so disadvantage.
Point blank range.
I have
Advantage.
3 beams.
All right.
Okay.
Miss. Badly miss. Ooh, that one
I would
hit.
like to push it back 10 feet, please, when I hit this one.
Damnable hells. Alright, so it will take 6 points of damage and be pushed thusly.
You're gonna push him into Valen.
So
Sorry,
the
Valen.
fish
Hold on,
no
could-
longer
could-
have cover.
May I push him, like, this way? Like, this way, please?
Like,
He
he'd
said,
still be
yeah,
in Valen.
This
but
way,
he'd be
yeah.
over here.
That's what
Perfect.
it's like to get jellyfished.
Alright, one more. I got one more in me. This as a normal attack, because it's not in melee range. Oh, you gotta be... Oh.
It's still hit.
That's the hit. 14 points of damage. Damn that damage.
Damage. And let's check here. What else can be done? What other measures may be taken?
Do you want to push it another 10 feet?
I can't. Those are all my blasts.
Got it.
Well,
Well, I meant,
thought
like,
that it was
did
a
you want to
part
push
of-
it after that attack?
Oh yes, please.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yes, absolutely.
You shove it towards the back of the rune as it kind of just, like, drifts through the water after you hit it.
And my companions don't get dragged or anything when it moves back, right?
No, but they're still within range of it.
Yeah.
Okay. If I had, okay, no.
Bro, it would still have me. It doesn't.
Okay. Okay, I'd like
You know,
to.
I hate the Foundry ruler so much, right? I'm just gonna post this and autosave it. You can keep going. Oh wait, I don't want to. If I post that image, never mind.
No,
I'll post it after. I'll post it after. I'll post it after the fight. We'll post it after the fight.
Guys, Alexian's right there in the corner.
after.
Okay, no.
I want to show you its health bar.
No.
Looking at my companions and the tentacles grabbing them, does it seem like it's the kind of thing where I can walk over and just try to break the grapple, like to help them out of it?
You could make the check for them, but it would require your action.
And I'm weak as hell. Never mind. Have the strength of a coughing baby.
Coughing baby versus nuclear bomb.
All right, I think that's going to be my. Let's move like. I'm gonna move like here. That will be my turn.
Persephone, at the start of your turn, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
I would gladly do that for you, Dungeon Master.
Alright, you can continue, as you feel a kind of petrifying pulse down your spine that you shake off for now.
Oh, I see. Can I shoot the
Beautiful.
tentacle to get myself out?
You can, if you kill it, I'd say that would let you free.
Oh, wow. I mean, that's fair to say. Alright, I can't move. I kind of forgot about that while I was planning my turn. So I'm gonna go back on Old Reliable. Shoot the fuck out of it until it dies.
I don't think that's ever failed us before.
It surely has not. Alright. Time for all my psychic damage. I'm gonna use Retort. I'm gonna use a grip point to take aim. Alright, that's a critical hit, so I need to roll for corruption stuff, I believe. 1 second, let me check.
Boy howdy.
An attack roll of 20 is made.
Is there any
Yeah,
more damage
okay.
you apply to that?
Huh? No,
Is
that's
that the full
about
damage?
right.
Alright, well,
Yeah.
whoever feels bad. The creature is going to use its reaction.
Oh, it's a bitch, got it.
So, using its reaction to body shield, As the bullet
Ooh,
flies
that's
into the
insane.
creature from afar, you're going to witness as the shot's impact itself almost strikes the body as the bullet disintegrates and enters in, and a pulse of energy, red and ruddy, travels through its tendril down towards Finzyra, shocking you for 22 damage.
Oh, no.
As the damage is reflected to a creature it's grappling.
Bro.
2
22.
and then 1 short. That is so unfortunate. Anyway, new level of corruption. Yippee.
Yippee-ki-yay! It's 2 points of
I hate Indomitable.
exhaustion.
Anyway,
Don't forget your D6s for making your attacks, everyone.
I haven't finished my attacks
Oh.
yet. I'll
That's
get
six-
to it,
One of
okay?
D6 psychic.
Please.
Wait, it's extra. It's extra damage.
Attack again!
I'm at
Yes,
31
more.
health. Oh, please.
More! Another
No.
crit!
Bro, you're gonna
That's
kill
not a
me.
crit.
Another crit, sire. Oh, delicious. Oh,
Waiter, please, another
waiter, waiter, another
Waiter, please, another.
crit.
Ugh, God.
Am I still
It
taking
takes
No.
damage. It doesn't have another. Yeah, I mean, you took the damage initially, yeah.
Okay,
Anyway, I'll
You're not
take
taking
my
any more
psychic
damage than that.
for you. Ow. That hurts.
Leading away. Did you take yours, Eridonis?
No,
Were
I
you
have
a
to do
good
that.
boy? Oh, bad.
took-
Wait.
lad.
Hold on. I have
Every
inspiration marked on my sheet. I can have one more chance.
What? Oh, for your corruption.
Finally!
Congratulations.
No
You still have 1 point
corruption.
of exhaustion. Were you applying that to your rolls?
I mean, I don't think so, but also
I'm
my
giving you
rolls are all
back
completely high.
4
so-
health.
That's fine. You can have back 4 health. I don't
That's
think
how
I've
attacks
rolled.
I
I don't
you
think
do.
I've rolled low enough where a -1 would change any of my hits. So
It's
I'll
extra
remember.
psychic. We deal extra psychic damage with every attack, but we also take the same amounts, which is 1d6.
Yeah, it's in the.
Oh, we
chat.
deal extra. Hold on.
So for
I
that
forgot
crit,
about that.
That would have been 2d6 psychic damage that would have also gone to Finzyra.
That's so true.
Why?
Here, let me have your. These are all the attacks I've made. One of these is critical.
Right.
Pick
Well, I
2
mean, you-
d6 to get.
No,
the
no. We're not doing that. Roll 2d6.
It's not the same dice. It's the target takes an extra D6 damage, and the character also takes D6 damage.
So go ahead, roll 2d6 for that crit for
Yeah,
Finzyra.
sure thing. So that's for.
You take
Finzyra.
7 points.
then I
It's
had 2
psychic, so
more.
you can.
So
It's psychic, so you can resist it.
Oh my god, I'm dumb.
yeah.
I took the full. Oh, that one's.
Any other d6s you need to roll? Give me.
yeah. This is for this round. There you go. Another 7.
think
Me
it's-
hungry. Me want food.
I think it's 4.
You
Me
hungry?
need
You want
dice.
food.
Me need dice. Me eat dice.
Comedy. Anyway,
I'm suffering.
that should. You'll be fine. I guess I can reload. I'll reload, and then that'll be my turn. I think.
Right.
I'm going to run to the bathroom as quick as possible now.
Alright,
If it comes
go
to my
ahead.
turn again, just pick a gun and then do the thing.
I've got something I can do. So
Wait, hold on. So let me roll for damage as well. So this would be the extra psychic damage that this creature takes.
yes. And then,
Takes-
well, I guess yeah, but also for you.
Okay, so it takes 9 psychic damage.
It takes 9. Roll for you.
I have to take 3 because I made 3 attacks that turn.
Mm-hmm.
But I have resistance, so I take half of that.
Certainly.
So 4.
Certainly. Finzyra, I need you to go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw. $16. All right. You are now restrained.
Oh.
At the end of your turn, you'll have to repeat this saving throw to determine if you become petrified.
That's lovely. Oh boy, where's theirs? I'm just gonna remember. Oh, there it is.
It's the end of your next turn, though, so this turn you'll be fine. But you are restrained.
I take enough damage to fucking go incapacitated and unconscious, and then I turn to stone. Just kidding. Let's see.
Not yet.
I'm just fucking.
Eventually. We're getting there.
Eventually.
Don't rush to the end. What would you like to do with your turn?
I feel like doing lightning bolt is a dangerous idea right now. I'll fucking kill myself. Oh. If I do that. There are two options. Inside of us, there are two wolves. There's Thunderstep and Lightning Bolt.
Rover.
If I do Thunderstep, will it do damage to him since I'm being held by one of its body parts, or no?
Nah, it's only one of its mini tendrils.
It don't hurt him none to have...
Not enough to sever the Hydra's heads.
Damn. Daniel. Well, my teammates are right here, and I trust them.
But should you?
Whether or not that's a bad idea is yet to be seen. Do I ingest one of my potions? Can I do that while I'm grappled?
You can. I believe.
I think grappled is just that I can't move, huh? Yeah.
So it's holding your lower body.
Yeah, okay. So I can pop myself with a potion before I do the shit that's gonna hurt me. That's probably for the best. Not completely horrible. I'll probably take all of that back and then some in like 30 seconds here. Da-da-da. And hopefully I don't fucking hit anyone else important. I can theoretically hit both of them.
So the line says,
Yes. Roll damage. And you can do your saving throw. And then I need to roll my psychic damage, which is what now? D6.
Yep. Death's Embrace will take the full damage, and the Swarm will take half damage.
It's psychic, so I take half. There's like 2. Okay.
Right. 9 points to the fishy, and 18 to the bigger fishy. Le jelly.
Le gel. Right, here you go.
At the start of the Death's Embrace's turn,
Okay.
everyone it is grappling is pulled 20 feet towards it.
Oh, that's
as it
not
reels you in.
good. I was like, oh, that's not good. Yeah, fuck.
Alright. And it is going to go ahead and make its attacks. Let's see what it wants to do. It'll make one attack against Eridonis. Its blindness is well passed over, albeit it doesn't really matter. But yeah, for the sake of a note.
Okay, let's see it.
Doot. Skadoot. Nat 1. It'll make its second attack against you. There we go.
God damn.
A little better.
I'm sorry, nerd.
Silvery barbs.
Yes, indeed. It's my
Silvery
last
harbs.
one.
Some bilberry harbs for me.
Silvery Sarbs.
Some silvery harbs. Well,
No!
That
seems
happened
fate
to
has
me
a
too.
seems fate
I
has
will-
something in store for me after
I
all.
will give within the 60 feet?
Yep.
I will give, I guess, Prevail an advantage.
There's your damage.
I still have advantage.
Oh,
No, you.
yeah, okay, hold
I
on,
thought
some
you
more.
used it.
Just use it up.
I used it up on the fake Swerve
Oh.
turn, which
Okay,
never
I will,
happened.
I will grant advantage to Fenzira.
Bro.
And how much damage is psychic? How much of that is psychic? The 2d10? There.
Oh, actually, it wouldn't matter. How much of it is psychic? Yeah, the 2d10. Yes.
Okay, so let me take the 5 normal piercing.
Is most of its damage, unfortunately.
No, that's fine actually, because that means that of the 13, I take half.
I know, that's why it's unfortunate.
Unfortunate for you.
Oh, yeah.
Still fair.
course.
And I'm grappled now, yes?
You are grappled by this critter. And it will make its last attack against Finzyra. Dude.
Bro, fucking round 2.
Where'd the attack go? Oh, yeah.
Why not? I have this.
So to reroll?
Yes. Oh my god, it still hits. I want
Gotta hide to hit.
to keep myself safe.
Keep yourself safe, huh? Well,
Yep.
it'll roll damage to help you keep yourself safe.
Oh my god.
11 of that was psychic damage.
Okay.
The rest is for Rizzle, so just take 20 damage.
Jesus. Christ.
And that is its last attack.
I love having 12 health.
The Sorrowfish will... you're restrained. They'll try to replay what happened in the last turn and Desolate Drain Valen. This time for real. Valen, you can go ahead and do your thing.
Alright. 21.
Well, this time a much better saving throw. Take half of this.
14.
Yep, and nothing else happens to you. That's the end of the Sorrow Swarm's turn. And on to your turn.
Luckily, that ability is definitely a recharge, right? They can't
Certainly.
keep doing that.
It is a recharge. You are right. Alas, for me. Egg on my face.
I would like to attack the Death Embrace.
Certain.
I'd like
Oh,
to
yeah.
Reckless attack.
With the biggest damage roll you can muster.
Oh no.
And I'd like to Brutal Strike that Reckless attack.
Oh, yeah. What's that do?
Nonsense.
Does it push it?
Hold on. Middle mouse to view edit the item. Here we go. Pushes the target 15 feet straight away from me, and then I can
Right.
move up to half my speed without provoking opportunity attacks.
Alright.
And then it does 1d10 damage.
Okay, well, go ahead and roll your damage, and then if it
Alright,
hits,
and then
we'll push.
I got a lot of stuff to add on.
I don't imagine it won't hit, though.
Attack, I've got a -3 from exhaustion. And I think that's it. And,
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright. That hits. You swing your ox.
So I've got
The ox is swang.
1d6 psychic,
Here.
1d10 from the thing that I just said.
Oh, yeah.
I think rage is +3 now.
Ooh. That's a lot.
Let me look it up.
How high could
I-
the damage roll be, though?
I haven't used rage in a long time.
Rajay.
It doesn't say. I
Hmm.
think it's only a +2.
He's good with that.
And then I've got other nonsense, Necrotic Shroud.
Oh, yeah.
That damage.
So many dice.
+10 Necrotic.
You really got all the dice in the world for this one. Stephanie's going to hell.
I
Do, 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 do.
It's not that many dice.
God, not that many.
Somebody's going to hell. The entity is going to reflect this damage onto a party member of yours. Using its reaction, Persephone is going to take 46 damage. I'll just mark off for them. Since they're not here.
Alright, and then I take 1d6 myself.
Yep.
For 4. I have no idea if I'm resistant to this or not. I'm not looking through my abilities right now.
Yeah. I'll tell you, you're not.
I will attack again. And do the exact same thing.
Alright. You might just kill it. Might just murder it dead.
Or I might miss.
I was gonna say I doubt that.
13?
That misses. Wait, that hits?
Oh, it says it hits.
That strikes its AC. Yeah, that hits. That's on its AC.
More dice.
Damn!
Oh my god.
How many times can you do this? Wait, where do you get the plus? I thought it was the plus 10 one time, or oh shit, that wasn't a plus. That was.
I think it's every attack. Let me double
Is
check.
it? Yeah, go check that one. I thought that was like for one attack.
Once on your turn, you can have one attack. Okay, so it's only 30.
One attack or spell to one target. Once per long rest in action. Yeah, I'm just gonna read the rest. I'm kind of curious what it is. 1 minute until you enter the bonus action. Yeah, once on your turn. Alright, so 30 damage. Still a lot of damage. Still a big pain to its behind. Squiddy behind. Anything else?
I have a bonus action I could do something with.
A whole BA.
A whole BA.
You could end your necrotic shroud with a bonus action.
That would be pretty cool.
That would be, I think. Personally, I think so.
Personally, that'd be very cool. I think I'm going to Warrior of the Gods as a bonus action. And regain 2d12 hit points.
Alright. That's a lot of hit points.
Nah, it's only 17.
So many.
And that's it.
Luminous Shard may go.
Oh, he also gets slammed back 15 feet.
Yeah, which not much really there about there.
And I get free movement, so I'll go there.
Yeah.
Luminous Shard. Move like here.
Yeah.
And dazzle the Sorrowfish.
Yes.
Get him, please. Get him. Get him. Oh.
The fish also have blind sight, so I can spoil it. It wouldn't have done much.
Okay.
Actually, it would have done something, and it would have been funny, so I wish you did hit.
Alright. We're here. And that'll be the Shard's turn.
Start of your turn. I need you to go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw.
Alright. Save throw. Saving throw. Let me just check. It's not for concentration, so this should be normal.
Yes. Alright.
Bulk.
You are restrained, so your attacks have disadvantage, and yada yada yada. Other effects of restrained.
Straight. Let me just look this up. Speed is 0. My attacks roll is disadvantage. Disadvantage, say okay. Okay, great. Now to escape requires an action.
Yes.
And it's a strength check.
Yes. Believe athletics, but yeah.
Athletics. Great. Damn. That sucks.
Not going well, I take it.
No.
Not certainly.
I need to get out of these binds, however.
Keep your health, homie.
What did you do to me? I was going for a couple minutes.
Valen did it to you.
It was a lot of damage. I didn't want to take it. It would have hurted.
Oh wait, I gotta roll my other d6.
Yeah.
caught me cheating.
Thankfully, that damage transference only kicks in once as a reaction, I believe.
Got like 50 reactions though. What would you like to do with it?
I'm
This
just trying to think
Great
what to
knowledge.
do. Fine, fuck it. You know what? Let's shoot the fish.
Shooting the fish with disadvantage, yo.
I got 3 shots. Surely one of them will land.
Sure. Surely one. That one hits, so right away.
Okay, I'll add the damage for the second damage now, and I'll then take my own later at the end of the turn.
Okay. The fish are immune to psychic.
Lovely, okay. So, okay, no point adding that then. Second attack. I'd also like to push them away, by the way, if it's not mentioned. I'd like to push them further back.
Oh, yeah. The first attack that does hit them, though, does cause an effect to activate.
Okay.
Virulent Sorrow. So, if it will actually let me post this in chat. Boom. Fenzara, go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw.
I do it? Okay. Bah. Oh my god.
Well, you succeed, so nothing happens to you.
Yippee!
It'll also be pushed back 10 feet.
And it goes about 10 feet.
About there.
About 10 feet. Alright,
Second
and then
one
the
hit.
second attack hits, and that will affect Persephone. With Virulent Sorrow, so I need you to make a
Oh, come
wisdom
on.
saving throw.
Bruh, this is bullshit.
You roll your psychic damage to take? Or are you going to do that all at the end?
I'll do it all at the end.
Bruh.
10 points of damage to the fish, and where's your last attack? Oh yeah, Persephone. Yeah, you can do that. For the Virulent Sorrow, Persephone, until the end of your next turn, you have disadvantage on attack rolls, and you can't take reactions, and your speed is halved.
Well, ow.
Right,
Yeah.
and it takes 11 points of damage. Did you push it back another?
No.
Okay. Well, what a shame.
I didn't realize this virulence stays on the sorrowfish. Great.
Quite sorrowful.
It's not even looking bloodied at all. Like, it's just going strong.
Not quite yet. You didn't hit it with the most damaging attacks.
Noted.
But it doesn't have resistance to your damage, so that's nice.
Even the force?
It doesn't. It does not have resistance to force. Is what I was saying.
Okay.
Everything else? Yeah.
Okay. It's a lot of damage. Let's roll the psychic for myself. I take half that.
Half of that.
And
4
that
points.
is
Dreaded death.
that's my turn.
So I'm in a tricky situation here.
First,
So if I
you
shoot
make
it-
a Constitution saving throw.
Yes, that, of course. But if I shoot it too much, I kill myself. Anyway, that's a 3, so
You're restrained.
naturally. If I can get the marker. I'm so bad at finding these. Restrained.
A little net in
There it
the
is.
middle. Yeah.
What can I do that won't kill me?
Use your turn to get out of the thing, I think.
No, that would be a waste.
Can't you shoot with a bonus action?
No.
No. Okay.
You got any second wind?
No.
He used it earlier to put himself at full health.
Got any great?
Like, it used its reaction, so I don't have to worry about killing Fenzira.
Nah.
It's really just me. You know what? To ensure my survival this turn... Actually, I can take these one at a time. I don't have to do that yet. I'll see if the psychic damage actually kills me first, or knocks me down, rather.
Drink the potion.
I'm not going to drink the potion unless I... I'll drink the potion if I can get away with it, nerd. Yeah, let's use Retribution. Is there a disadvantage anyway?
I think it matter.
Okay, and that misfires, so who gives a fuck?
Boom.
Boom indeed.
Your gun fills with water and the bullet doesn't quite take despite the ruidium.
Oh, nice.
No contraption is
Still-
imperfect.
It's still technically hit, though.
Is perfect.
Doesn't
AC
matter.
standards.
Yep, the gun
Doesn't
boofed.
matter. Okay, I'll swap to retort and take aim to make it normal.
I don't like
That
that.
is a 3, but it still hits, so you know what? I'll take it. Not gonna complain.
Life could be a nightmare. Shadooby dooby doo.
Actually, I need to correct myself. -1, which is 15, but 15 still hits, so I just need to say that so I remember it. So 10 psychic damage.
Your
Or not
first
10 psychic
attack.
damage, rather.
Your first attack would have done the D6 to you, right?
Well, it didn't, like, connect, because it blew
It
up.
doesn't need to. It's when you make it.
I mean, the attack isn't properly made, because it blew up.
And it hurted you because it exploded.
Alright, fair enough, bitch boy.
There you go. It's not enough to kill you. It is very badly injured after that attack. Not looking great.
Okay.
Most
So I
of the
have
body's
5 health.
torn apart.
I have 5 health. I can attack one more time. There's only a 33% chance I knock myself out.
Wow. Nerd.
I'll use a
Look at this guy
potion on my
doing
bonus
math.
action.
You got what I wanted. The fish can die now.
Yeah. And then I shoot it again.
Again.
With another grip points was normal.
Another. That hits it. And it hurts it with 11
Quite
points of damage,
frustrated.
which is enough to kill it.
Oh shit, nice.
How do you wish to slay this beast?
Fantastic question. I'm going to say, as I lined up my initial shotgun shot, but it, misfired in the kickback, I managed to use that little explosive momentum to scramble out a bit before landing on the floor of the submerged building, and then just firing 2 shots quickly into its upper, whatever you call the place its tentacles come out of.
Sure. That place. As you blast it to bits and send its tentacles drifting off into the sea, it no longer has the spiky pulse that it quite yet gave, and it falls to the ocean. A crimson net dispersed, releasing the grapple on the compatriots of yours that were. Though the Sorrowfish still remain.
If I move while I take an up attack from the Sorrowfish, I can't tell.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Y'all are not restrained nor grappled any further.
Yippee!
You're free. You're free. Slaves no more.
Knocked out by fish in 2 seconds.
God. I'm just gonna slap this guy with this again, because if I do damage to it, it's gonna fucking hurt for
Man, that's
Damn, that's
Fun.
crazy.
come on.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys roll up damage. I'm gonna total it when I get back. I'm gonna go move my laundry to the dryer.
Aw, no food break.
Don't hit
Laundry
it.
mover.
Don't hit it.
Good.
Oh
be
right,
vegan
we
food.
played bingo. I forgot.
Every time you attack it, make a fucking wisdom saving throw. Yeah, that's what it is.
Why
No, you
wisdom
can-
saving throw?
To see if you get disadvantage in your attacks.
But I already have disadvantage on my attacks.
Then nothing changes, I guess. Yeah. Well, for everyone else within 5 feet of it, it affects. So you can do it to Persephone.
I'm gonna
What to me?
reckless attack this guy.
I'll be right back. Yeah.
All right, it's time today.
All
What
right,
time?
get in.
Get in.
Time for what, pray tell?
What happened? Oh no. Is this a DM food break?
No, it's a DM laundry break.
Damn.
DM laundry break.
If he comes back with food, though, then yes.
Okay, what if the ice comes back with food?
I'd say a solid 50-50.
I'm gonna say a 20 hits as well. All right, that's 36 plus 22, 58 damage. It's pretty good.
You don't say.
In exchange, all I gotta take is a measly 5.
Oh, joyous day. Kalu Kali.
I think it's potentially dead right now. It's Schrodinger's fish.
Schrodinger's fish. That's so real. Took us 3 days to make that potato salad. 3 days.
Taking a like half an hour nap before session was a mistake on my part. Now I'm all groggy.
Get grogged, idiot.
Bro, my eyes.
Get grogged.
I got
idiot.
grog, critical reference.
Yeah, true.
I'm pretty
Well,
sure
stronger.
if it worked that way where we could give ourselves that one every week by mentioning something for Critical Role, I think that'd be kind of busted.
Can you believe that the Derolos lord over Whitestone?
Oh my god.
Can you believe
that
we're sitting down
down.
to play Critical Role's acclaimed expansion Call of the Netherdeep?
Oh my god.
I'm ending it all.
No!
Unfathomable.
Oh, good
And
god.
how do you think Nerd folds his laundry?
What do you mean?
Do you think he folds it right or wrong?
What's it
I think
wrong?
he probably like brings it to his room and sits it in a pile for 3 days, and then
You know
folds
what?
it
That's
later.
real.
Okay, but what if what if he does fold it, but then he still leaves it sitting in the laundry basket in his room?
That could happen, yeah.
How do you think he folds his shirts?
I think he turns them inside out and then folds them.
What the fuck?
You people are circus.
Hey, buddy, I'm just a clown. Take it up with management.
I am so glad that Tabletop Simulator exists.
And how the rats been?
Oh, I was just telling Karma I was at the Canadian National Neuroscience Conference, so I got to present all my research on the rats. And I swear to God, man, if you knew nothing about the Canadian neuroscience scene and you went into that conference, you would think that all Canadians study is like weed and cocaine and depression.
That's all the Canadians know nowadays: weed, depression, eat hot chip, and lie.
Exactly. Any Canadian researcher born after 99 probably knows cocaine, weed, behavioral test, and trauma. We
Oh
had
my
this
God.
one
I remember doing behavioral tests in university.
Yeah.
Such a waste of time.
Yeah, I did behavioral tests on university too.
Every-
All those like scientists poking shit in me. Can't believe it.
Every other research project I saw there was just like, guys, did you know that if we give cocaine to rats, they become addicted? And did you know? And did you know that the gene for addiction gets activated when it becomes addicted to cocaine?
Riveting. Truly
It was just a lot.
groundbreaking.
It felt, I don't know. There was just like so much.
Let's see if the coroner's
repetition.
report's gonna.
I feel like that
Deem
research
these
had to
fish
have been
dead?
done before, though.
Huh?
It's more so just looking at like the genetic basis for addiction and whatnot.
Genetic basis for the sorrow fish.
Nerd, did you know that if you give a rat cocaine, it becomes addicted to cocaine?
Well, yeah. You know, who would have guessed? 36 damage. That was 365. Well,
It's actually 58.
Proved it.
there's 58 damage.
Yeah.
Why?
2 attacks.
Total.
Well, I meant like for the first attack. It's got like that much health probably. Anyways,
Bailey,
hey, you know what? The fish are dead. There's too many turns before the fish comes around. You thwart the fish after defeating the biggest fish of them all, and I'm not going to use what else I had prepared in this room.
Oh fuck!
What else did you have prepared in this room?
Another
Just
sorrowfish.
an extra swarm, just in case it needed it. But I don't want this to go on any longer. My pain needs to come to an end. You guys are hurt enough.
My pain.
My satisfaction. So, let's see here. Calmero wins in the Catabaro Woods. You escape the fight as you're freed from the tendrils of this foul beast, free to roam this place to your heart's content.
Pain. Always pain.
Is that? Sorry, you can continue. It's like crucified rats.
Have you repented for your sins, Remy? Ah! Godless creatures.
Fucking, you got that room. I'll take this fucking dark ass corner in the back.
Alright. Do we see anything shiny or researcher priest shaped?
Please go ahead and make me an investigation check if you would like to search this building.
Yes.
Yes, fine.
You would realize that in the Death Embrace itself was a ruidium great axe. But if you'd like to go ahead and make me an Arcana check, you might be able to identify more.
Might I be able to assist him in that?
Well, you can make it. Anyone can
yeah,
make it.
Awesome.
It's just, an overall.
Okay, I'll do it then.
I know
I'll
nothing
help.
about nothing.
Not about not. You got some
Yeah,
good
me too.
investigation checks. Anyone else want to make a Arcana check, or is it over?
I can. I didn't know that.
I mean, you may.
I'm good.
I'm sure you are normal.
Despite your group's fledgling interests in what the consortium has spewed, you would know one time they spoke to you. And you recall that there is a distinction between ruidium and its properties. Close to Valen's axe, but much, much more affected. You would understand this to be a very pure form of ruidium. An axe that might have come from the Netherdeep itself, which, if you remember, would satisfy one of the keys you need to enter into the Netherdeep.
Yeah, you should probably hold on to that. I'm gonna need
Okay.
this.
Yeah, Valen, I suppose you said 2 great axe or 2. This is actually a battle axe. It's a little different.
You know what they say about a guy with 2 knives?
No, it is a great axe, so you can just have 2 iridium great axes.
I mean, at that point, I'll take one.
His
Yeah.
greed is unimaginable.
Gluttonous creature.
His greed is unimaginable.
What did our investigation get us?
Yes. What was the highest roll? 16. All right. You pass the check. You find what seems to be a jewelry box hidden amongst all the rubble left behind in this old villa.
Wow.
Pretty fantastic.
Is there anything peculiar
It's
about this
fantastic.
jewelry box?
Well, you realize it is locked and quite stuck. So its contents are yet foreign to ye.
Are there any markings on it that might be either familiar to Adonis or which might suggest an owner? No.
You can certainly recognize that this is an ancient. I said well. You can certainly recognize that this is an ancient piece from the age of Calmero, for sure. No doubt about that. The owner itself would be far beyond you. Even in your lifetime, you might not have known who lived in this district's villa. It was a very large, robust city.
Having trouble with that box over there.
Yeah,
It's just
obviously
kind of a
our
jewelry
arms are
box.
not big and bulky. You can try it if you want.
I'll muscle my way in and try to force the box open.
Make an athletics check.
Alright, that's 3.
You effortlessly pry the box open, releasing its contents undamaged. Normally, this would provide a ring of shooting stars, but that's not going to happen.
Commander, do a second one. Do a second one.
Instead, there appears to be an emerald ring and a string of pearls. All very fine and well-kept ancient jewelry pieces. Those of you who are more akin to those sorts of things, antiquarians of your own nature, would recognize the emerald ring would be worth 1,500 gold, and the string of pearls to be 1,000.
Wow.
Ready.
They're all yours.
So 2,500 gold
That's
total
a
of
lot of
loot.
riches.
I don't think a priest lived here, though. This place is pretty fancy.
I want it.
In the wasted years of my youth, we often did throw eggs at the houses of priests who lived in such opulent manners like this. Could have been a very well-off priest.
Doesn't
throw
seem like
eggs at
Coralon's
priests.
type.
Perhaps not.
A ring.
I think we're looking more for a
Focus.
dilapidated hovel.
You can hold on to the jewelry if you want to, Fincyra.
Yes, please.
You can add it as whatever way you wish. Just 2,500 gold of loot. Dilapidated hovel.
I'm gonna go check these rocks over here.
Alright, those rocks? I'll be my guest. You see a winding pathway that seems to be leading up to a building. Let me describe what that building is, more for the sake of it. The path itself has a description. A narrow winding path ascends a steep rocky slope strewn with oddly shaped chunks of stone. The path splits into 2 branches that each wind in different 80-foot peaks. What is left of a once elegant villa resides to one peak, and a crumbling watchtower adorns the other.
The one piece?
This is a watchtower.
That looks about right.
Yeah, we definitely won't have a combat inside the watchtower.
No, what do you think this is? Like D&D or something?
If you don't want to be in the combat, you can swim away.
And then face off
This
with
is
the
for-
sharks by myself.
This
It's
is
for
for
big
me.
boys only.
This is a man's D&D game.
Where'd you go?
So, Valen, as you
North.
enter in, we can just go ahead and pause the game as we can reveal the
Oh, well.
Yeah.
To a more apt description, though, I'll pause it. As you enter in, the watchtower is perched on a high hilltop overlooking the rest of the sunken city. The structure is roughly 30 feet high, but used to be taller. Part of it has collapsed, leaving the remaining structure with a jagged crown of loose-fitting stone. A single stone door leads to the tower's ground level, ruined, leaving the entrance open for you to come in. As you enter in, a crumbling staircase follows the inside wall as it climbs up to a 15-foot-high balcony. The stairs continue upward until they disappear a few feet short of an open top of the tower. Armed wraith-like forms move inside this tower. As you enter in specifically, they kind of fade into obscurity as you get closer, like a fog revealing itself when you enter in. Like a battery-ready garrison that doesn't know the war is long over. Floating a few feet above the balcony seems to be a pale, spectral orc in a meditative position.
Eridonis, come in here for a second. Careful not to look threatening.
The guards draw their weapons and look to your group, not engaging in combat, but standing at ready. See?
Does that old ghost up on the top of the tower look like a priest to you?
Nerd.
Mm-hmm.
Might I be able to recall anything about? Well, perhaps this watchtower was it of any imports back in the days?
Make me a
Calmero?
history check.
Adonis, you were good at this.
I suppose it's also just ask the warriors.
In my language, yeah.
Nope, shit. Ooh!
Oh.
Woo! You would know that this watchtower, you wouldn't know much about who might have resided within it, but you know the watchtower was constructed after the calamities started to really break out, once more armed forces were needed in this relatively peaceful city to fight the invading armies of the corrupt betrayer gods. As you think and ponder on this fact, however, one of the wraiths steps forward. A wraith speaks to you. Let me read this. Hold on. This is a he, despite the female token. I didn't have time to look for a bunch of different ghost art, so I didn't. Though I should have. The fool is me. Beltreth steps forward and puts his hands in the balcony and looks to your group. State your purpose here.
I suppose only Eridonis can understand.
Yes. To what is your ends?
Now, I believe all telepathy has been blocked in this area, right?
Yeah.
Well, Eridonis will just translate to Valen directly then. He wishes to know for what reason we've come here. He will say in the older tongue of Calmero, We bear no ill tidings. I guess looking at these guys, he's gonna kind of gesture out beyond and towards the windows, towards the windows of this watchtower. Have you not seen what's become of the city you were sworn to defend?
Sorry, I'm trying to think of it. Our charge is to protect the great priest Hadari. Although he has sworn pacifism, we have not. So if you wish to bring any harm or unworthy ideologies into this place, we will send you out. You are already far too injured to put up a fight.
The priest is just he seems to be a specter.
He's here, his eyes open as you guys have entered in. He's witnessing this conversation. They're all ghosts, but his seems a little more enlightened.
Enlightened ghost?
He's clearly... He seems to be listening on this conversation, though. Well,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Eridonis will just look to Valen with the kind of a knowing look before gesturing over to the priest.
I ask
I'll
once
be,
more, for what reason do you enter here and disturb the meditations of the great priest?
You could ask him if he knows a way into the Temple of Corlon.
The name, although not by translated language, strikes true, and you definitely see the orc priest react to that to some capacity.
Well, Eridanos will just say, some terrible things have happened in the temple, just down this hill. I'm trying to remember. It was on my name. They call Coralon the Archheart, right?
Yes.
Yes. There's been terrible business down in the Temple of the Archhearts. We had hoped that perhaps the great priest might be able to lend his help in casting out the evil that has taken over this place.
So at this point, Hadari speaks in common, a language you can all understand and translates to many ears. You hear him speak. The temple is long gone, taken by the corruption that seeps. What is it you seek from there?
I need to remember why we wanted to go to the temple. There was something important about it.
Well,
We need the blessing of all three gods in order to enter the Netherdeep. To find Elixion face to face.
kind of react to this and say, you speak of the hero. He is long dead, and there is no trace of his sacrifice to be seen. What use could such a thing pose?
The traces of his agony still remain. His torment seeps into this place and travels far beyond, corrupting all that it touches. Surely, if you know the temple's been destroyed, you know of this as well.
It's not
Come
just
put an end to
Calmero.
Elixion's torment.
It's spreading across the entire world.
Belrith will speak. Jordanus said, and kind of getting the verge of this conversation a bit better. Still in his ancient dialect. Elixion has long been defeated. He no longer resides within our garrison or this city. You are suggesting that you can find him. How is this so?
I'm just gonna say. We have seen him in visions. We have seen many hints that he has revealed to us of his final, shall we say, prison.
I'll just gesture to the northwest.
Yeah. It lies deeper, beneath even this place. But the path is blocked, as my companion said. We need the blessings of three gods in order to proceed further, to put Elixion out of his misery.
You'll say this, and the orc priest will look uncomfortable at that answer, but will look to Beltreth to continue speaking on behalf of him at this moment. Not having much words for what you said. Beltreth will speak and say, what proof have you of these visions, and that Elixion still lives? What proof have you that these gods have blessed you at all?
Out of character,
that's
we
an
do
easy
have
one,
the
isn't it?
amulet, but
We need the
I don't know this in character.
Eric.
You're gonna
Yeah,
have to-
they can't really see it until you present it to him.
It's alright, I'm gonna need you to step in here right now.
Then that could just be a necklace. You have to show it to them.
I mean, yeah, I'll pull it forth.
You'll pull out the necklace and present it.
Yes, sir.
As you do, Beltreth will look. Sorry, not Beltreth. Hadari will look towards the Jewel of Three Prayers. Seeing it for a moment, you see a perplexed look take him. Anyone who wishes, make a persuasion check. With advantage, since you've shown him the jewel.
Might as well. I'll do it. Can't get any worse, right?
Oh, brother.
With advantage. God, Jesus.
Alright, let me-
I'll let you
Wait,
make it.
I have disadvantage. No.
-1 is
It'd be a-
crazy work. Oh my god.
It'd be a normal roll.
Number roll? Oh. So it's the first
Jesus
result?
fuck. Oh yeah, well, yeah. First
Oh, is
result.
it-
First result.
only one of us
No,
can make
that's
the
just a fake die.
Now hold on. Hold on right there.
Yeah, do you have to reroll that?
I have to? Okay.
Listen, no.
Now hold on. I got another one in me.
What if I give him one of these?
Ooh, roll the d4.
I got another roll in me if I use my inspiration.
The priest
You can-
sitting
you can let him roll
atop
the
his
D4 real
pedestal
quick.
watching these fucking goobers cast
Right.
spells at each other.
He's not upset with guidance. He knows guidance. He knows these spells. 40, 50, 17. The DC was 15, so,
Let's go.
The guidance sends you right over the edge that you need to succeed, and to some capacity convince Hadari. Hadari will lower towards the ground, rest his feet on the stone, kind of step up to the balcony. He'll look to the jewel and say, "It has been long since I have seen this artifact. A jewel, crafted by divine hands. An inspiration given to a hero. A promise of 3 blessings. It has 2, but is devoid of 1. This much is clear." He'll say, "I could allow you into the temple, but the doors will not open for you, lest your intentions are true and pure. And as I understand it, you may have the blessings and the artifact, but your goals of violence, their ends must yet be understood. I believe your words, that the Elixion lives, the Apotheon is still whole. But what you plan to do with him, and why you plan to enter, your hearts must be pure in that, for Corellan's blessing to effect."
Well, do any of you wish to give forth your reasons first?
I don't. Is this an answer to him thing? I figured
No,
that was
this
an answer
is-
to Krellin thing. Yeah.
To the door. To trying to
Yeah,
open
yeah.
it.
You could direct it to anyone.
Just tell him to open the door. We'll figure it out ourselves.
This is in common, so. At least Hadari's.
Well, I don't think that I would probably have any trouble getting in, but
Says, "Even if I open the doors, the blessing would not be yours, unless you could prove this. You can say, and you can promise to me, whatever you wish. You can swear, but if your hearts do not see it such, it will have no meaning. If you wish for me to take you to the temple, I will. The rest of the path will be yours. My guidance or not.
Then let's go, old timer. What are we waiting for?
First, you must learn patience. This is true. They'll start walking down the stairs, and you'll see all the spectral warriors will kind of lower their weapons, and their forms will coalesce into Beltreth, forming inside of him and merging as one unit ability that he can resummon them as he sees fit.
Ooh, interesting.
Don't piss off Beltreth.
For real?
He'll accompany
He does
Hidari
look
as
like
you
a
learn.
Russian doll, so that's fair.
Yes, mitosis.
I think that's the opposite of mitosis.
Hidari will lead the way
Well,
towards
once
Temple's
it starts expanding.
Boy, oh boy, I sure hope that it's just RP in the Temple of Corellin. It'd be a real shame if it was anything else.
Okay.
Dumb bitches, I've come to finish the score.
Stupid fucking idiots.
Battle this.
You should have slept.
Do we have all the keys?
This isn't that.
Hidari will stand before the temple door waiting for your group. He'll say, I shall open the way for you. If you wish to enter alone, I will allow you to speak with Corellin as you please, be it in privacy or with my company to guide you. That choice will be yours. I shall simply open the way and pray that your intentions righteous. He puts his hand to the door and utters a short prayer. You watch any arcane wardings before drop as the door coalesces with a radiant golden energy, and the blue symbol of the archheart on the front of it emblazons, glittering before dripping off.
Say, Hidari, theoretical question for you. What if our intentions aren't pure?
Bro.
I look to you and say, then I'm afraid your path will end here. If the blessings of the three gods are what you seek, then you will not find them, if your heart does not speak in such resonance.
Great! Who's first?
Well, I have the thing, so I might as well.
I mean, don't we all just go in? I mean,
Says, Corellin sees through deceit and any form. He will judge you as a whole, rather than as individual.
Then we go as one, I suppose.
yeah, how
Let's
about
get moving.
okay.
You wish for Hidari to accompany you?
Yes, please.
Alright.
Okay, bringing friggin' Yoda over here.
Oh.
Minor, I help you out.
I'm a halfling orc! But even so.
Oh,
It's halfling orc.
Beltreth will kind of stand next to the door as everyone else enters in. Close the door behind you.
I saw Hidari go through this door, so I'm following him.
Beltreth will catch you before you go, Valen. And he'll just give a quick say, it is time for the steel to be tested, to see if the blade is worth swinging. That's just a quick
What are
note
you
to you.
seeing?
Let's see if you're worth your weight. Let's see if you have a hero's heart, as they say.
I sure hope I do.
Oh yeah, he speaks fucking Spanish to you. You know what? He still says it, but it doesn't mean much.
Say it.
I mean, maybe Aaron is whispering it.
Yeah, translate over.
No habla español.
Yeah, you know, you get it now.
Says-
Tienes la lechuga, no bueno.
He says he says it's time to see if you have a warrior's heart, Phelan.
A hero's heart.
Why shouldn't he just say
Hero's
that
heart,
first
yes.
time?
Hidari will speak.
I think
Are
I'm
you
the
interested
last one that needs to worry about that.
As you enter the temple, you realize it is dry in here. There is no water within. The temple itself seems to be magically sustained. As you look into the center and see this massive ruidian crystal growing out of the heart of this temple, into the symbol of the archart. Nari will say, I prayed here many years, to the statue at the end, depicting our god. But as time took forth, the corruption seeped. Its heart was born here. A pure malignance, which could not be thwarted with peace alone. Waiting. Watching.
I'm gonna try to think back to any like basic rituals to Coralon I might have learned in my past. To see if I can recall anything that might help here.
Make a religion check.
$16.
Alright. So, what you can understand about Corellon. Corellon themselves is considered to be the mother and father of all elves, and the one who attempted to face off against Grumpsh, the Ruiner, striking such a blow that he took out the Ruiner's eye, and the blood that seeped from that wound bled onto his army, or their army, and caused the first orcs to be born. From what you understand about Corellon, beyond that, just ritualistically, you know that as far as priests go, this is definitely one more on the serious end of judging one's heart. There's no easy answer or way out when it comes to this divinity. No specialty shown for elves or children of Corellon. All are judged the same, and all are treated with studious judgment. You can recite what rituals you may, but this won't influence the heart of the god. Not any more than what lies within yourself.
I think Dari might be right. Anything we do at this point, it's purely a reflection of our souls.
I don't know how all you feeling about that, but not really sure what I'm gonna say.
So we're just supposed to pour our hearts out before this god down in this forsaken place.
I will speak to you and say, you may say that it is too Corellon, but this is a judgment of yourselves. Step forward, and if you are worthy of the blessing, it will come to you.
Is this like the symbol of the Corellon? Is that like a raised platform, or is that just a mosaic on the floor?
It's a mosaic. The place where people pray was up here.
All right, I'm going to look over at the other three, kind of like unsure if they're stunned to silence or if they're really deep in thought, and I'm just going to march forward. I'll show you who's got a heart of a hero.
Oh, shit.
Alright, you two. No matter what happens, we come this far.
Mm-hmm.
If it's my purpose, the
Let's
goddess
figure
to
it out.
judge, my purpose has never been more clear. Let's go.
You too, Ponytail. Come on.
I'm going.
You've made this really inconvenient for me.
And I can stand where you are if you want to be up closer.
No.
Guess with everyone gathered in this kind of eerie silence of the temple, Coralon, if you're still listening for wayward things like me, we're ready. Judge our hearts or test our mettle. We don't need to tell you why we're here. You can see it for yourself. I imagine you've been watching us for some time.
Does anyone else have anything else to say?
You know, standing here offers Eridanus a pretty good view of the outside and what's become of Calamero. So I think he's going to turn inwards and think to himself, I guess, kind of thinking more so, and hoping that Corellin can hear his silent prayer.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he'll reserve that for if we do face judgment one by one, or what he's thinking about.
Mm-hmm. Is there more initial feelings before the first judgment?
I guess it's more so he feels a very powerful sort of, I guess, sorrow and longing for what the city was before the destruction that befell it, and the corruption that's since spread, kind of damning the memory even further. So he's going to look to Krellin to help him try to restore what was lost in the clash of God.
All right. Done with that?
Does anyone else have anything? Because I got a little thing to add.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, please.
I'm formulating words in my head. If you want to do yours, I'll follow up.
I walked away from becoming a weapon, but I'd never really stopped searching. I tried to give up everything I was. The silence, the judgment, the name without a self. But I never really did escape that, did I? I thought I did. I thought I said no. I thought I turned my back. So if you're still watching, if any part of you remembers what I tried to be, what I could have been, then speak, because I'm still here, They're still trying. If there's anything left, then say something. And Valen will kneel down, drop his great axe kind of on the floor next to him, and clasp his hands in prayer properly for the first time.
I've made a lot of mistakes. Too many to count at this point. And maybe this whole thing has just been me following something, because I don't know, maybe I thought it would lead me to where I'm supposed to be. I think it's just kind of made me feel more lost about everything. But I don't want that to be me. What I'm doing right now is, I think, one of the few choices I've actually made for myself recently. Instead of thinking there's some grand plan for me, or there's something that I'm supposed to do. So, if I'm wrong, I guess that's it, but I hope not. I want to be something better.
Eridanos will look up to this statue, gathering his thoughts. Of those who still remain, who still remember Calmero when it was yet still alive, those who aren't ghosts, that number is very few, and perhaps it will only dwindle further. Yet, there are those who still remain, who still remember what this place once was before the clash of gods, before the tide that crushed everyone else like ants, that drowned this place, that now festers with corruption, its grave defiled by the one who said he would be its savior. I still remember. Even the journey to remember was one marked by much pain. But if one remembers, one can try to restore such a place, to bring back those that were lost. That, in truth, is why I have come here. I must... well... the clash of gods and their destruction must be undone. So many lives were snuffed out. And it can't have all been for nothing. If the Apotheon, the one who was blessed by 3 gods, had failed to save this place, perhaps at the very least there can be one who can come to bring it back. To bring back those whose lives were cut too short, whose stories were... well, whose stories remained untold. That is why I have come. It can't have all been for nothing. And if it must mean that I must give myself in order to see that this place might once more breathe and live, well, then so be it. But for that, I need your help, Corellin. If you still have an ear in this drowned, forgotten place filled with spirits, I ask of you, help me make it not have all been for nothing.
All right.
He's going to look down at his feet, staring at the corruption, I suppose, that's trailing everywhere throughout this temple.
Mm-hmm. I missed. Everyone's getting a question. Finzara, is there anything you wish to say?
um, Anytime I've ever walked away from something, it was with the purest intention of keeping whoever I was walking away from safe. I didn't really leave home because I was inherently afraid. It was more so that I didn't want whatever repercussions that came from my decision to backfire on my family. And I've pretty much, no matter what type of fear or hardship came in my direction, I sort of kept going, even though it was terrifying, and I haven't lost that desire to try and use whatever strength I have to help other people, even if I feel myself at the end of this is probably damned. So, if I can do as much good as possible before anything bad happens to me, then that would be great.
All right. You've all received a question. Take time to type your answer.
Oh boy.
Man, fuck Corellin.
Think of how to word this. enough answer. Bah.
Give me a second to read.
As usual, I was probably the last one.
Finzyra, did you see the response message I sent to you?
Shit. I tabbed out because I have my two monitors.
Peeketh it.
It's all about the Mets, baby.
Hmm. And I got like subtly spell checked on the word caveat. That's not a spell. You guys can put that on your bingo sheet.
I should open my bingo sheet. You are right.
I don't think we have a minor spelling mistake one.
Oh, do you not anymore?
Did we not? Or I thought we had one. No, we probably got rid of that for DM food break. Okay,
I had my
nobody's posted a
macaroni before
meme
this
since
session.
last month. We hurt someone. I suppose that's true.
I don't think we hurt anyone.
Oh yeah, deity mention. I mean, we heard a big jellyfish.
That's not a person.
thing. That's a someone.
Jellyfish don't count as people.
Fair enough. No new party name. Still true. Still true.
We did locate Rudy. Shiny new
So yeah,
brunette.
we located quite a lot of it. Someone's depressed.
Consortium was
Critical
mentioned.
Role reference. Oh wait, no, Critical Role reference was just us.
Gonna say I don't know what Critical Role reference I made.
No. Somebody said groggy, and then we all said grog strongjaw.
Wow. It must have been while I was gone.
That was before all the rat talk.
Yeah. Oh god.
Oh yeah, someone says something insane. Eridonis, have you approved of anything this session?
Not really.
Okay.
Hopefully, the way I worded that makes some fucking sense.
It doesn't. Rewrite it.
There
Now we'll know when it's sent.
you go.
There we go.
The rapture is upon us.
The third, sorry, okay, so I wrote them in backwards order. So third would be the first one mentioned by you, and then the second is still second, so.
Oh boy.
Middle first.
Middle first.
Remember, guys, if we all answer wrong, this is the ending of the campaign right now.
Didn't know I was getting a puzzle.
Nerd is getting the dyslexia experience.
Yeah. this is not a bingo for that one.
Okay, so
I can get my DM bingo sheet.
You should get your own DM bingo sheet. Not this campaign, because I'll
Okay,
say, but
the middle is the first. The middle is your primary goal.
okay, so I started off my discussion touching on the last thing that was mentioned in yours, and then I talked about the middle portion in the middle of mine, and then lastly the first one that was mentioned. So
Yeah.
save and then 4, if that helps.
Gonna reread what you sent me real quick.
Well, if this is the end of the campaign, it's been great playing
The
with
last
all you.
sentence.
Real fun.
That really makes...
I know. Like, if you need me to reword it, that's
You
fine.
just reword that last sentence for me. That one's a little rough.
Didn't know Karma was good at riddles.
Yeah, I read the line. I believe part of me holds all 3 goals, but primarily the second that is because of the third.
Look, man.
You're getting a puzzle. The fucking riddle. I'm supposed to be the one doing this. Fix your work.
It's gonna take you an hour to decipher.
See
It's
you,
your
Marcus.
turn, DM. See me after class.
Let me add another sentence here to add onto it.
I want you guys to understand that my response was one sentence
Good for you, buddy.
without even a period.
Hey, I've been done for a while now.
This is what I get for my character having a big fucking brain, bro. Hold on.
It was a yes or no question.
Fuck off!
Big brain.
I got asked a
big
second
brain,
question.
tiny
Fuck
Yeah,
you.
some yes or no's are a little complicated.
God.
I have a very long line of PMs with Eratonis right now, which is due to my own doing. Make no mistake.
It says, I did this to myself, don't forget.
I'm trying to, like, comprehend the mind of Ted Kaczynski right now. Ask him why his cause was righteous. So, yeah.
Bro.
Just put
I
the
had-
explosives in the mailbox, little bro.
I had to bomb that plane. I had to bomb that passenger plane because society and technology were stunting the growth of mankind.
That's so true. Honestly, Ted Kaczynski was based before his time.
Oh my god.
Let me see if I can. Oh. Kind of circle back to this.
I feel like adding words didn't help you at all. God damn it.
Oh, you edited it? I was looking at a different thing. Okay.
Yeah, I edited mine.
Mhm. Okay. That works. I just need one more confirmation, then we're good. No. I guess actually we're fine now. Is everyone good? Everyone feels satisfied with their answers and what has been said in PMs.
Oh, I got it written in the paragraph.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. Sure.
I'm pretty good.
Alright. The main one I was asking that to is you because it's very roundabout, but I like it. It's not
I'd say
one-dimensional, at least.
I'd say this is a pretty honest.
It is.
I
It's
guess
very honest.
reflection of where he's been at this point. It's just that
Yeah.
he really needed to work through a lot of things
Mhm.
after he received his memories back. And
I
given
respect
that,
the honesty.
given that occurred over the course of like a week.
Yeah.
I think he's had some time now.
I hate to be so like strict or like scrupulous with this one, but this is the point where scrupulity must exist.
Yeah, Nerd's gotta know if he has to start prepping for something else.
Never gonna be able to when we're working constantly. Darby is gonna be like a fucking bandit stat block at best. Map might
the boss fights a move.
The map might be a white piece of grid paper if you're lucky.
Oh my god.
I could draw a few lines on there.
What is it if we're unlucky? Colored graph paper?
Nothing. Theater of the mind, but like you're in a
Theater of the
void.
mind boss fight.
Theater of the mind be like in a black box. No like features.
Forget the white room. Have you heard of the black box?
Alright. Are you actually writing something more, Valen?
Yeah, I'm still typing out.
Okay. I wasn't sure if that was a joke or not. We're good then.
And so much for one sentence.
It's lemonade.
Does that count as a DM
DM
food
food
break?
It's fucking lemonade.
Okay.
Fucking...
Lemons are a food.
I ate before session. I'm not eating a fucking lemon. I'm drinking its juice. Can you sustain yourself on water alone, Keaton?
I mean, a lot of it, yeah. You might be able to if you drink like murky ocean water.
I don't think there's any nutrients in that. I think you wouldn't have a great time if you only drank lemonade.
Well, of course I wouldn't have a grape time. It's lemon.
Wow. You're hilarious.
Come on, I really tried on that one.
I feel bad for you.
You get no points for me laughing at it, because I laugh at a lot of things, I
I
guess.
know, that's why I didn't acknowledge you.
Damn, my laughter fucking has no value.
Wow.
You laugh at keys.
You know, I laugh at everything. Damn, my laughter is valueless. Wow.
I just think a lot of things are funny. I find joy in life. God damn.
Nuh-uh.
It's not that. It's how you acknowledge that, and then immediately you're like, "Wow, how dare you? How dare you say the thing I just
It's
said?"
still disappointing, like I understand, but damn.
Laugh
Oh
less.
Jesus fucking Christ! What is this? The fuck? Night near Shrek's home. Man 1. Think it's in there. Man 2. All right, let's get in. Man
What
1.
the fuck
Whoa,
are you
hold on.
talking
Do you know
about?
what that thing could do to you? Man 3. Yeah, it'll grind your bones for its bread. Shrek sneaks up behind him and laughs. Shrek. Yes, well, actually, that would be a giant. Now, ogres, oh, they're much
Why are
worse.
you reading
Ogres
the Shrek 1 script?
Field skin. Jesus Christ, it keeps going.
What the fuck?
You fucking got the whole script. Oh no.
Anyway.
By the order of Lord Farquaad, I am authorized to place you both under arrest for transport you to a designated resettlement facility. Oh really, you and what army? He looks behind the guard, and the guard turns to look, and well, the other man have run off. The guard tucks tail and runs off. Shrek laughs and goes back to his business. Okay, I think I've got your heart of hearts figured out here. I don't think I need to see you. I think I understand what's in Valen's heart. Truly, the true essence of his soul. It's Rockstar.
Hey now.
Anyways, that out of the way. Reprising my answers. As all of you say these words, and pray the temple, the Archheart reveal what was within you, to guide your journey ahead with his blessing, their blessing. You kneel or stand and face what judgment is soon to come to you, and you feel the light bubbling within each of your chests. Your hearts begin to radiate a warm, soft glow. But as they do, a ruddy red begins to snuff out. Each of those lights falters for a minute. But in par for judgment, the light tries to burn through. Finzira and Persephone.
Yeah.
The light burns through the corruption, revealing a warm, soft glow in your souls, a truth for the path ahead. For Eridanis, your light burns and fights, relentlessly. An advocate for your very soul, trying to make that amends, to breach that connection. The light's there, but the red still subsides within, not fully realized to the beauty that lies within you. And to you, Valen, red, swelling corruption takes your life, as it does not fight fully. And yours appears dimmer. Actually, I think it's more apt to say that your entire body glows, but is still corrupted in this way.
Well, what's new?
Huh?
Well, what's new?
What are you at? What are you at?
Glow
Like,
off
4 points of corruption.
Well, you aren't corrupted. Not really. It's just
Well, I know, not really.
Hold on a second. I gotta
making it.
I gotta do something real quick before I continue on with this. I'm worried about it. Give me a quick minute. I'm not done yet. Just need to do something.
Oh, you didn't say a second. Good job.
Okay.
Don't keep the devil waiting, old friend.
What the fuck did I just hear?
Look
Why
at
am I hearing the
gem
fucking
chat.
labyrinth?
Look at the gem chat.
Give the devil waiting, old friend.
I was wondering how long that would take.
It's a valve open to swallow you all. Alright, I can commence. So, this happens, and I guess you can voice your immediate reactions to this.
Aridana seems surprised.
That's a relief.
Well, that figures.
Nadaria will step up. He'll look to you, Valen and Eridanis. If it is your wish, I can attempt to translate the will of these messages, and the thought of this judgment, though I am only man.
Whilst we have the aid of a priest, we ought to make good use of it. He'll gesture for Hadar to continue.
He'll look to you and say, I can see what has been revealed within you, in your heart. There is truth to your words, no doubt of that. Your wish and your goals might be true, but deep within, it appears there is a resonance, a longing for something far greater than pure selflessness. It is difficult, because the heroic action and selflessness still exists if done, but not if done for the wrong reasons. You're close, on the precipice. There is something both of you must remember. Looking to you two, Valen. Looking to the statue. Elixion, as he is named, was Corellan's first champion. The one who sacrificed everything he had, for no reason, understanding the consequences that have now fallen on him. Maybe not to their full extent, but to the degree of what torture he might have suffered. All of this to ensure that the island we stand on, this path of land, is not broken and gone. Our city might be gone, friend. But don't forget what had been stopped in the absence of your own capability. You cannot blame yourself for what has been lost. But what you can do is make right for the one who gave it all to make sure that not everything was gone. And to you, Devalen. Your case is interesting. It appears you're broken, but not in a way that I believe you yet understand, nor one that I can explain to you. For your intentions, your soul shines bright, and your ambition is great, but I believe that it is misplaced, you see. You will save the Apotheon if given the chance, but not for reason other than yourself. You wish to open your own heart, to find truth. This will come to you regardless. But it's not to help the hero. Not alone, at least. That's where he finishes.
No, it's not.
Says,
Elixion's story may be tragic and moving to some, but to me it feels all too familiar. Like I can relate more than some others. I want to help him because I want to help myself. I need to know it's possible.
say to you first before Eridanis. Your angelic companion entered with the goal of saving this champion, to which she owed greatly her service. I have no doubt that what lies within is what you seek. But perhaps you should follow in your guardian's footsteps, to at least some capacity. She is not done yet guiding you, even if she is gone.
You're saying I should do what Harrryyyson would do.
Nod his head. While you think on that, is there anything you wish to say, Eridanis?
I think Eridanis will hold his tongue for now. He will not respond, but he will kind of visibly, I guess, be digesting on Hadari's words as he looks out to the destruction just beyond the window.
I guess then, if Valen, there's anything you wish to say, further at least.
Nah, Valen will remain silent.
Alright. And whenever your thoughts are placed, Eridanis, you may speak. Take your time if you need.
No, I don't think he'll say anything to Hadari. He'll kind of
Okay.
He'll kind of make visible that he heard him
Okay.
that much, but he won't say anything in direct response.
The priest will step back and leave you to your ways. Each of you individually, I'll go ahead and ask these questions more out loud, since there's no reason to stick to PMs with this now, since it's only the two of you. Which one of you would like to start first?
Well, I know the answer to that, so
I can go first.
Well, no, you two are good. Y'all are in the clear.
Oh,
No,
sorry.
we're
You sounded like you were moving on from. Okay.
No. You two are in the clear. Yada yada, righteous hearts. What'd you say, Vale?
So Persephone and Fen are good.
They are. For all
I'll go
intent and
first.
purpose. Alright. Suppose then to ask it again. With Hadari's words in mind, and the judgment of first cast, do you believe this has had an accord struck with you in any way that might change this judgment?
Yeah.
Alright. Let's hear it.
I don't think it's anything that Valen outwardly says or does differently.
Yeah, no,
than
not
me.
outwardly says, but like
But,
in your
Like,
heart.
definitely,
You can explain how you know.
Valen is starting to internalize the thought that if Perigee had spent all these years acting as a sort of guide, then maybe it's time he started actually following those teachings, and not in the same way that he was before, where he was just like copying notes off the blackboard, but acting just as she would.
And I guess, how does he interpret this?
I mean, that's it.
Yeah, I guess more like, yeah, fair enough. Like, I guess, how does he interpret her teachings? Like, what, like, press
Like,
forward. I was
what does
looking
he
at, I was
think
looking at
that
something.
Perigee would do in this situation?
Yeah. Basically that. Sorry.
Yeah, Perigee told him from the start,
Mm-hmm.
like, mention the name Apotheon,
Yeah.
find him, and
Yeah.
he's dug up a lot of information since then. He knows that Perigee fought alongside Apotheon in the Calamity. He knows that they were likely kind of a unit,
Mm-hmm.
and that Perigee would give her life for Alexian in a heartbeat.
All right. Good. Beautifully put. In that case, with this realization dawned upon you, your soul begins to glow. You're still not sure of the words that this priest has spoken to you, at least to the mysteries, but the corruption burns away in a bright, bold flash, showing your true spirit and judging your heart true. Meridanis.
I'd say Hadari's words do shift his perspective a little bit. Insofar as I guess it does give him a slight appreciation, having seen what kind of city had risen to, at least to replace Calmero, that life still does go on, and that his failure was not perhaps complete and not as cynical as he viewed it before. It doesn't completely remove Eridanos' disdain for why the Apotheon had to be caught up in the first place, though. The greater struggles that eclipsed everybody else, everyone else less significant. But I guess he's less angry towards Alexian. He does understand a little bit more where I guess he's more empathetic to his situation in that sense. I'd say that much, but I feel like I'd say he still at least wishes to. He still, however, somehow feels that so much was still basically lost as a consequence even of this. I don't know if he can really shake that feeling that something more could have been done, something more can still be done to kind of carry on that legacy and to let, to kind of, I guess, to further build upon what was already built over the grave of this city.
Mm-hmm. So I guess to that, it's still interesting. You spoke of having more of a resonance towards the situation of the Apotheon, and I guess realizing that is your greater goal to enter here and to do these things, I guess, out of this empathy to save him, or to further these goals of yours, which, ultimately, if one is the consequence of another, that's fine, but you get the idea.
I'd say it's more one is the consequence of the other.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
know.
But
with the main one being basically helping Alexian. Doing something, even if that means killing him or whatever.
I'd say yes. I'd say initially he would have started off not really giving a fuck about Alexian because he views him as having failed everybody here and him just being a pawn in the game in the fights between these gods, and that he kind of still, we're still standing in the midst of his literal failure to protect everybody here.
Yeah.
But I'd say he
understands the sacrifice maybe meant something and wasn't a failure, I guess.
not a failure entirely, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's acceptable enough. With that, it struggles a bit, but the light eventually slowly burns away this red, revealing the beauty of your soul. Where the Sidari speaks. Your worth has been judged. The path ahead is treacherous. The Netherdeep, in its identity. It is not a dungeon or deep, dark chasm's pit. It is a prison, that much is true, but it is a reflection of the Apotheon's mind, and anguish, and every emotion that has surged forth. Entering in, you will not succeed if you cannot have empathy. But Corellin at the very least believes that you will do what you must to save his long-lost champion. This much I know. He'll say, place the jewel into his hands to receive his blessing.
Take it off, and I will set it on the thing.
Alright. Let me add the Exalted Jewel of Three Prayers to your inventory.
Also, take 50 billion damage.
No,
Well, now that you mention it,
Oh no.
let me just check something real quick. Yep. Just gotta read something.
Reading intensified.
Yeah, just something I missed. Okay. You feel the jewel resonate. As it does, it floats in front of the statue. And you are forced to back away for a moment as you begin to watch a form step into view. All of you can take a decent berth back. I won't actually put a token down, but for the sake of it. You see a man in form. That of the spectral visage of Elixion, as you remember him. Kneeling before the statue. An image comes into focus. Elixion is on his knees in this place, his head bent and his expression haggard. He looks old beyond his years. He raises his gaze to the statue of Corellin, his eyes clear despite the exhaustion showing on his face. Whatever it takes. His voice whispers, filling the room. Even if it costs my life and my soul, I will do what it takes to protect them. The crystal in the center of the temple begins to pulse, like a beating heart. The form of this old man vanishes. It's terrifying, fear-inducing even, this crystal. You feel a dread coming from it, an uncertainty, a will that's not your own. Like, if everything you're doing is even worth it, or if your sacrifice will have meaning or make things worse. The jewel is almost prepared. But you feel that you must step to this crystal and face this danger head on.
Boy. Hey. We go.
I think there's a slight issue with facing that danger head on right now.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have much time to think about that, do you?
I sure don't.
This kind of blessing only comes once.
You don't say.
All right.
Can you perhaps write that down somewhere for reference? Just in case. Just in case somebody forgets.
All may step up to the stone.
The stone.
Stone.
The stone. Valen walked all the way around so
There
we
you
could
go.
get the cinematic pose.
You each approach the crystal. The fear in your heart, the knowing of what challenge is coming to you, the knowing of the sacrifice you will inevitably make. It doesn't matter if it even means there's a chance. You each place your hands on this crystal. A wash of light engulfs you, as does the sensation of traveling at great speed. You are going down, faster than you thought possible, as a sharp pain blooms above your breastbone. Yeah, look at that. You keep plummeting. The light diminishes, and then goes out completely. Suddenly you're looking down upon Elixion, as he floats in the blackness. His expression is one of slowly growing horror. He stretches an arm up to you, as though begging you to take his hand and save him. When you see me, permit me to leave, he says. I cannot do it myself. You must. You will. And with that, the crystal begins to crack and hiss before exploding.
You gotta be fucking
Each of
kidding
you
me.
make me a charisma saving throw,
Fuck
please.
Yippee!
Fuck yourself.
Charisma saving throw. Normal, right?
Can I
Yes. No.
I
This is
can't-
beyond reaction.
can't
You're
save
broken
myself
from this vision by this shattering explosion.
God.
Don't forget your minuses from corruption.
Ooh, I have one, right? Gotcha.
Yeah, I do also have one. That's a 15.
I love explosions.
Forward.
Death throws.
You're
Okay.
a bitch. You and death
Okay, is
throws.
that all your saving throws?
Yes.
Finvala,
Hi.
Persephone, and Valen. You each gain a point of ruidium corruption.
Bruh.
No.
And furthermore, you each all, even in the successors of this, take. Let's see here. This much psychic damage.
Okay, I'm unconscious. Not even gonna wait for him to finish.
Weak.
Okay, wait, what's
baby
half
stuff.
of that? Shit.
Actually, piercing damage.
Fuck you!
It is
Wow.
sharp,
Alright.
jagged crystal exploding.
Alright, Corellin, this is a pretty shitty blessing, I'm not gonna lie.
Skill issue.
You'll see the
Blessing my ass.
So those of you who are going, you may mark yourselves as you are pierced by this. This thing.
Yippee.
Do I have anything to defend against
Blessing
this?
my
Let's
ass.
see.
Fuck you, Corellin. I'll never forgive
You have the bowels of your fortitude, Eridonis. See, you live. Isn't that good?
You live!
You live. Alright. As it explodes, immediately two effects take place. The jewel, now complete, hovers in the center of this room, the crystal shattered and the light no more that's within. The corruption beginning to diminish, proving that this can, to some capacity, be saved. Beyond that, sorry, I need to check something. The poisoned emotions that affected you from the Elixion Aboleth are no more. You are no longer affected by any of the Aboleth's tricks, at least not those. The corruption that grips you, it halts. The effects aren't as... Basically to say, the further away you are from the Aboleth itself, you won't have to worry about the downsides. But, you know, once you fight them, those are still going to matter. I'll keep track of them. Relin time, damn. So yeah, let me show you the completed Jewel of 3 Prayers.
Yippee!
And you guys can heal each other if you want.
Yes, that ratchety ass amulet.
Here is the completed Jewel. And to read its effect is now a legendary item. First, I'll add it to Finzyre's inventory, taking away the first Jewel of 3 Prayers. Goodbye. And adding the Exalted Jewel of 3 Prayers. Where is that legendary thing? There it is. Oh, okay, she fucking took to the bottom. Thank you, Foundry. Oh my god, whatever. I'm gonna read it now. Exalted. In this state, the jewel has received the blessing of Karelin the Archheart. A gleaming emerald surrounded by a halo of gold appears on the jewel. The following benefits of the jewel improve. The bonus that the jewel confers to your AC increases to +3. Its number of charges increases to 7. The jewel gains the following additional properties, which you can use while wearing or holding it. You gain the ability to breathe water, and you gain a swimming speed equal to your walking speed. Each of your allies within 30 feet of you gains the ability to breathe water and gains a swimming speed equal to its walking speed. And the ability to resist, well, actually, no, that's the Ruidium that requires you to do that. Oh well, this just lets you breathe, which, a bit of a... not too good, but either way, the real effect here. As a bonus action, you can expend one of the jewel's charges to target yourself or one willing creature you can see within 15 feet of you. The target teleports to an unoccupied space of your choice within 15 feet of yourself, along with any equipment the target is wearing or carrying. The target appears in a flash of golden radiance, and each creature of your choice within 5 feet of the target's new location must make a DC 18 Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, taking 4d10 radiant damage and being blinded until the start of your next turn. On a successful save, the creature takes half as much damage and isn't blinded, because we needed more blinding in this campaign.
It's like a blinding thunderstep.
Thank God
Pretty
everything's gonna have
much.
blind sight.
It's like a
But
blinding
man,
vortex warp.
Darby is not ready for what's about to come to him. He will not see it coming, quite literally.
Alright, Iridonis, how about we scoop up this gem and get out of here?
Bro!
Leave these bozos. We had to overcome our trauma.
Hey, I overcame my trauma. It's just the Krell's a bitch when he
Bro.
cares about his favorite son.
I've been overcoming my trauma this whole time.
Get the easy way. Anyway,
Oh my god.
what do the two of you do into this site?
I'm gonna go.
But let our friends bleed out a little bit.
Bro!
Yeah, of course.
It's not even bleeding out, bro. It's
You're pierced by 100 shards of a red gem.
yeah, and then blocking the blood flow. Duh.
Crystals dissipate as they enter in.
Wow. Karelin really is just a bitch for that.
Yeah, because Karelin made the crystal explode.
He did.
Dumb
It's his fault.
bitch. You lose your blessing.
Oh.
No!
You cannot enter another.
The blessing really is just enter the nether deep. Damn.
Well, it's the jewel. Can't take that away. You guys can be selfish now. I can't really stop you. You already got the blessing.
True.
Anyway, how are you helping us not be
Boom.
dying?
Medicine. Wait a minute. No. I got you. Homie. Let me first do a medicine check.
Huh?
Nerd. Do I
Not
stabilize
bad.
Finzyra?
Yeah! Valen, what are you gonna do?
That's a good question. I gotta
Still
check my spell slots
unconscious.
here.
Unless you wake
Get up. It wasn't that
Yeah.
bad, dude. You're just bleeding a little. Get up. Stop faking, bro.
I use my healing hands.
You know what I think it's time for? I believe
the
that
priest
you have had
gonna
it
do
too
priest
easy for too
Bro,
long.
no.
Should we be rolling death saves here?
No. You can heal each other. I mean, the priest is gonna step in if you guys don't have anything, but only to stabilize.
I
He's a ghost.
I don't have any warrior of the gods left.
Have a healing potion.
I'm gonna personally email Matthew Mercer and express my distaste.
Oh, here we go. I got the first level spells.
Am I awake? Or am I still asleep?
Unconscious.
Persephone gets 7.
Why does everything blow up? Why?
I think that's just to underline his point.
Shitty underline. Shitty underline.
Now, can we get out of here?
Ponytail ain't waking up, so fucking yoink.
Bro,
Just pick her up.
Hey, that's what it is.
I
You
have
guys
a
gonna heal? Zara? Got anything in the tank?
I have a healing potion on my body, please, someone, for the
No.
love of God. What
I
the
got
fuck?
you. Hold on. I got you.
Eridonis
Give me a sec.
administers a healing potion from your body.
Oh no.
Yeah?
I have my own.
Okay. You could have broken your
Valuable
luminous
healing
shard.
potions.
9 health, Finzara. You can take the jewel. I don't want anyone else to have it.
You can take the
It's
jewel.
Zyra. It's Zyra.
Sorry, I don't need any of these
Finzara, give the-
motherfuckers having like a goddamn giga AC. I'm good.
Finzara, give the jewel to me. Do you understand how
No.
powerful I could be?
And Zyra, I am demanding the jewel or I will break up. with you.
Eridanos
Aurelia-
looking at
Bro,
the
Aurelia
green
smites
goblin
you
mask.
all.
What the hell?
Give me +3 AC.
At this
No.
point, I have to make Elixir and a Marut.
Don't you fucking dare.
I might just.
Bro, my AC's only 18, bro. Take it up with Eridanos, it's his fault.
Alright, I leave the temple.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
Yeah, let's get the fuck
Alright.
out of here.
The priest
Fucking
will
hate Corella.
follow along
Bitch
behind you
ass.
guys.
I don't need to be blown up a second time.
Tell me about it. Fucking Baylor already got half my body. Do I really need more?
Bruh.
Might we perhaps call it here, Mr. Nerd?
We will in a second. I'm just gonna have Hadari's last words and then we'll call it.
Damn, he's dying? That's crazy.
Trying to get this fucking token out of this door. Okay.
I'll come to your funeral. Oh, wait, it was that.
Beltrith and Hadari will stand to the side and they'll look to you. Hadari will speak. You've done well to come this far. The journey ahead will not be easy. But with teamwork and pure heart, I believe you'll pull it through. Though I will not be to see the consequences. I have done as I must. I will bid you farewell. There are still great evils that lie within. I wish you luck in thwarting.
It's a shame your ghostly friend there can't help.
Beltrith says.
Or the other 15.
Beltrith says, "Our duties have been served." And one of them
Eridanos-
translates. Yeah.
Eridanos could just translate.
Our duties have been served. We've done as we must. And we will now depart alongside Hadari. There is still a pretender that lurks. And he certainly will not take the time to let you in. Vanquish what stands in your way. And good luck.
Not up for a little ghostly extra credit then.
My task is complete, and my extra credit has long since been paid.
I think this Corlon fellow likes it when people go a little above and beyond.
You watch as he fades away.
See you, ghosty dudes. Thanks for not possessing me.
Hadari will nod his head gently before vanishing in a wash of light.
Alright, he's gone. Let's deface the temple again!
No.
Your group's hearts are proven pure. Time has come. Your hearts are proven pure. Next session, we'll likely see the return of your companionship, your montourage, to the surface for some recovery as well as to face any remaining demons that await you. Then, from there, we will continue into the Netherdeep to see what lies in wait. The last leg of our journey. For the sake of it, next session we'll say you guys, I don't imagine, have much else to say to one another regarding this little escapade. We can touch up on those thoughts, but I'm just going to put you guys inside of this building over here.
Hell yeah.
Just so that you can say the last things you need to say next session and then leave, right?
Bingo.
But other than that, that's where we're ending for tonight. You can think on your words of that over the week, or however long you take. Like I said, I'll message you all if I decide that we'll play the coming Wednesday. We might just wait until the next Wednesday. We'll see. Depends on how much prep I need. I'm probably going to need a lot.